Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight we're here to talk about some. Well, Alex, what are we here to talk about, brother? There's some basketball playoffs going on. There's some football talk to discuss just a little bit, of course, later on after you're off, after you can go to bed and put your head on the pillow. The rest of
Mhm.
us will be talking about some awesome racism fights going on this weekend. I mean,
I,
what do you think, brother?
I heard about that. Yeah, it's a lot basketball. Of course, San Antonio's finally in the playoffs, so it's it's always good whenever the Spurs are in the playoffs for the NBA. Low market team. San Antonio only has one team, so whenever the Spurs do win games, it gets a little rowdy over here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Our boy Angel's in the house. He's using your favorite picture as his new caption, my goats. And he's asking you, where you been? You left me like Jose left me. Crazy talk. I don't know what you talking about, Angel, but happy to have you, brother. Hope you're doing good, man. Um, no, Alex, I mean, look, it is fun. We'll get into the Spurs talk later, but it is obviously fun to have your sports team in the playoffs and doing good. Whether or even sometimes the bad, not even crazy. Game one was fun. I think we all agree it was tight knit, and then they came back and answered very well in game two. Uh, don't know if we need all the craziness that's happened on Southwest Military.
Oh my god!
Uh, Edgar's, you can go ahead and chill the fuck out with all that. All right, we don't need to ruin the fun. We don't need to be South Philly. All right, calm down, chill out, chill the fuck out. Uh, Alex, what about you, man? Talk to me. I know you're watching your baseball right now. I know you love your Cubbies. How's all that going for you?
Man, I was critical with the Cubs because they started off super slow. They were 6-6, and if it's any team that's gonna take these fucking Dodgers out of the top seat of the throne, you call it, it's gonna be the fucking Cubs.
Yeah,
They win. You watch the games like a casual baseball fan, like any type of baseball fan actually. The type of run they're in, like right now, is fucking crazy. Like not even the 2026 Cubs were like this. The way they're winning is crazy.
2016.
2016
Okay, I was
Cubs.
gonna say, you mean the ones from today versus
Yeah,
today? Yeah.
yeah. It's fucking wild, man. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm super happy. The Cubs are playing great, and the Yankees, of course, they're up top again. The Dodgers, the Astros. I know Cody's kind of pissed off, but they suck. They are trash. I'm sorry.
Hey, what did I see recently? Someone got hurt. One of the players, like
Um,
tripping. No, obviously
who's that?
not Altuve. He just got punked or something like that. But someone got hurt. I thought someone got hurt. Maybe I'm tripping from which team it was. I know one of the Reds got hurt, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
all.
I was in the Cubs game. Their closer, he couldn't finish the pitch. He got like a bad cramp on his leg. So
Yeah, I saw that.
did you? I mean, you don't watch a lot of. I mean, I know
I
this is not
don't.
a.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest.
yeah,
But I want you to share your
yeah.
time because I
So
know you love it.
we're both dads. We're gonna like this. This is baseball talk. We're both dads.
Yep.
Uh, there's a Cubs pitcher that his name's. He was really good. He was up for like one of the top baseball players to see this year.
Uh huh.
Pitchers. This guy just comes back from injury. He goes home. What do we love playing with our boys, right? We love playing with our kids.
Yeah. Opening package right now, by the way, just to reveal something for you. But go on.
And he ends up tearing his meniscus playing with his boys, and now he's out for a couple months.
Nice. So I'm not a Rangers fan, but I did decide to get a new hat because most hats don't fit me, and this was on sale. So what do you think? Not bad, right?
That's a nice hat. I like the Rangers hats actually.
It
The
was
one
either
hat
this,
that
it was either this or a Dodgers hat. I don't know
oh
if y'all
yeah,
wanted me to get one.
no, don't wear Dodgers.
Not in
But yeah,
Texas.
it's a fun little story because I saw that and I was kind of mad because he tore his meniscus because we need him. But then I'm like just like thinking about like him playing with his kids, just fucking around, and then he fucking tears his meniscus.
Ooh,
I was like,
nasty
oh,
work.
yeah.
Nasty work, brother. Well, anyways, guys. Well, Alex, thank you for that baseball TED talk. I know the baseball fans out there would appreciate it. And guys, if you ever want more baseball talk from Alex, hit us up in the comments. Let us know. Do you want to hear more baseball talk? Do you want to jump in and talk with him about it? Because I can't be that guy. I don't watch baseball. So just a friendly out there. Just throw it out. He's here. Anyways, guys, obviously NBA, we're gonna start with that. The NBA has been going crazy. But let's talk about two specific people real quick, Alex. I want to talk about two specific people that were eliminated in the first round. One is a three-time MVP. He's a former champion, Finals MVP, solidified Hall of Famer in the future, and most likely, it should be a consensus top 10 center of all time. I am talking about Nikola Jokic. He is one of the best players of all time. Still probably the best player to a lot of people today. Arguably, maybe second or third, depending how you feel about SGA and Wemby, because that is the conversation right now, Alex. So, I want to ask this. Obviously, we saw the first round. We thought I don't know if you agree. The Nuggets versus the Wolves was a great first round matchup. Very tough matchup for the Nuggets. People underestimated them. Maybe we did too. Maybe we were looking out for Spurs versus Nuggets a little way too ahead.
Yeah.
But the Wolves did their jobs. They got the job done in 6, 2 games, 2.5 without Anthony Edwards and without Dante DiVincenzo, who he tore his Achilles. And then I think 1 game without Io Dosunmu. And after that, after his 43-point performance in game 4, I believe. Is that right?
Haven't seen him since.
Yeah, he played a little bit yesterday, but he couldn't stay out there. So Nikola Jokic, we agree. Top 3 played right now, top 10 center of all time, Hall of Famer, multiple time champion, or a multiple time MVP and a champion. Are we starting? Let me ask you this, Alex. Are we starting to see the decline of the Joker? Because some would argue this was not his best season uh after building up great past 5 or 6 years. How are we seeing a slight decline in him after his
Uh,
first round exit?
I don't. I think the first round exit had to do more of what the team aspect of how the team was built around him this year, and
Okay.
and and yeah, I mean we give him a little pushback for his defense. We both know that to be a great player or for us to consider you one of the best, you would have to play both ways, both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And uh, there was times, man, where like I guess the type of games that he played, or certain matchups, he did come out and perform. But then
Yeah.
there's sometimes he doesn't perform to the expectations that we think that he should. Uh, and it kind of sucks because I feel like you he only comes out when he wants to. You know what I mean? He only wants to play hard whenever he wants to,
Mm.
and it. I don't think he's declining in his uh as far as him like being dominant. I just think that the love. I mean, who am I to say if he's right? He's like doesn't love the game, but like it kind of looks like he doesn't try half the time.
Yeah. I think what I'm watching, Alex, is I think he still has the feel to prove people wrong when they doubt him, right? I think that is you made a point a few weeks ago, a month ago or so already, when we saw Wemby and the Spurs play Nuggets and Denver in that epic overtime matchup. That Wemby lit a fuel in Jokic because of his preseason comments when he said, "I don't think Jokic is the best player today." Because the best player today requires to play both sides of the court. It just can't be one side. So he said SGA or Giannis, but when he's back on the court, it'll be him. This is coming after his blood clot issue. And it lit a fire in Jokic to play a guy that is highly praised, very young, but highly praised, 22 years old, third year Victor Wembanyama. And he showed out. And then the rest of the season, the team balled out. They did their thing to make sure they would be the third seed going into the playoffs. So they would have a Spurs matchup in the second round instead of being the 4th seed and just settle for the Rockets or something like that. But then the series starts, Alex, with Minnesota. and they have a good win. They no one questions about game one. He does this triple double thing. Everything's all good. 25, 13, and 11. No problem. Then games 2 through 4, he's averaging about 34% shooting. Just shooting. I'm not even talking about like just his threes or anything like that. His shooting. That's one of his best aspects is the fact that he can shoot from all over the court. But now he's downgrading. He's not. He's being defended well. Rudy Gobert, a guy he cooked, a guy you'd say he owned, is now kind of owning him back. Kind of getting his retribution for all the years that he got cooked. He comes into those games. He puts out a nice game 5 performance to make sure he goes to 6, but then isn't all that fantastic for the elimination game, right? They basically got their butts whooped. And so my concern, Alex, is as the years go by since their championship win in what was it, 2023, that he's now going through what maybe you could agree with me, a Giannis Milwaukee type decline. And what I mean is, you've seen what happens to Giannis and Milwaukee since they won the championship. Everyone has high praise. You think they're going to win a championship. You think they're going to win a championship. Injury. Injury. Starts getting eliminated in the second round, first round. Now doesn't make the playoffs. Talking about Milwaukee. So now we're removed a few years off of Jokic winning the championship. The Nuggets as well. They destroyed the team, right? Bruce Brown's gone. A lot of key players from that championship team are gone, and you just keep Jamal, MJP, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic. Now MJP's gone. He's in Brooklyn. Aaron Gordon's getting older. He gets hurt more in crucial times, right? Jamal Murray, same thing. And he's been injury prone slightly before, so he can't stay healthy. Are we now seeing a Nuggets Jokic decline, just similar to how we saw a Giannis Milwaukee, and potentially, not now, maybe in a few years, are we potentially seeing a divorce between the Nuggets and Jokic?
Uh, it does. I mean, everything that you said, how Milwaukee started and how the years went past after their championship, it does look similar, like copy and paste. I think after, I think right now it's too soon to say that they are
Right.
declining. But I think we'll give it a year. I mean, they did bring Bruce Brown back, right, this year. I mean, they he played right. Bruce Brown did come back.
Yeah.
But
Wasn't
yeah,
his best, but yeah.
yeah, he that championship team, like they were stacked. Like they were able to throw bodies at everybody, and yeah, this was just like I said, I don't really think it's a Joker thing. I think it's more like a team. And you said it. Uh, it could it be where the Joker does get tired of the front office and not getting enough help. But the one thing I think that will not see Giannis is a completely different player than Joker. I think Giannis is more of a go getter and a dude that really fucking like he hates to lose. Not to say the Joker doesn't really like he enjoys losing, but I just don't think the Joker has the same thing, the same drive as what Giannis does. So I think he could be stagnant. I'm like, I'll stay the rest of my career here in Denver.
Yeah, I remember your feeling on how Jokic celebrated the championship, right? He wasn't exactly
Yeah, yeah,
bouncing off the walls with that shit. His first
yeah,
comments, like on the press conference, was, "I can't wait to be back with my horses."
yeah,
You were like, "Just give it to Jamal Murray. He would have been fucking celebrating."
yeah.
Okay, so let me ask this: is there any validity in your eyes? Right? I'll just answer no. But is there any validity in your eyes about the Denver Nuggets? Their path to victory has never including beating in the playoffs, beating a 50 plus win team when it came to like on their way to the championship or even winning the championship, right? Because they played an A seed, they didn't play a top seed. Not their fault, right? But that's what happened. Uh, is there any validity in your eyes to what the critiques are that Jokic can't lead a team to beat a team that has 50 wins or more.
Well, it kind of sucks. I'm not the the thing is like that Denver team that won that year. I
Mm-hmm.
think no matter what team that you put in front of them would have beat any team. Like they were on a good run.
Right.
Just that, like you said, the teams that were in front of them, it's not their fault, you know. But yeah, you start looking at those records right after that season. You're like, well, they couldn't pass. They couldn't beat this 50-win team. They couldn't beat this 50-win team. So
Mm-hmm.
you start actually thinking about it and start actually like dialing it in and looking at the stats. Like, wow, this doesn't look good as far as like if you want to be a stat guy and look at this type of numbers. Like, it does not look good as in Denver's favor. But no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say like, oh, that's a cheap ring or anything like that. Besides the Lakers one, that was kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm not Jeff. I'm not talking about like.
No, I think that's Trey. I think Trey hates it more than Jeff even does. Jeff hates it if Kobe or Wade's involved. But I think I want to throw out there for if you don't know, at least the Clippers last year, the one they played in the first round that went to 7 games, Alex, that was at least a 50-win team. They did beat them, but they don't want to count it because I guess it was just at 50. They don't want to say, well, 50 plus. Despite the fact that, again, most of the teams they played, were probably even close to 50 wins. Like I know even like the year that they played long ass time ago, right? The Spurs. This was like post Kawhi. This was a 48-win team. It's close. It's not 50, but it was close. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't agree with that because one, like you said, if you saw how that team was structured that championship year, the way they
Yeah,
handle business, that's just a tough way to saying, that was fraudulent or whatever, or they can't lead anything. Look, they just played a really good Timberwolves team. Let's be honest. I don't think they were coached well. Adelman is not the coach that I thought should be the one following. What was it, Mike Malone? I
yeah,
don't think he was the right guy to go moving forward. And now we're here. Now we're stuck. So I think Jokic's legacy is fine. They're just new young guns like an SGA and a Wemby coming up, and that was always meant to be right. The young is always going to come for the head, and right now Jokic is just falling off. Now that's crazy to say, right? Because he still like third in MVP most likely. So that's crazy
yeah.
to say.
Yeah, like it's crazy to say that his because it is true. The time frame of them winning another championship is really like almost pretty much close, almost because the
But
Spurs come
but
in.
but that has to only do also because of the organization's
Yeah,
horrible contracts
yeah,
that they put themselves in. That has nothing to do really with Jokic. Now
yeah,
Jokic is 31, but we've seen how greats can go for a good long time. Bigs are a different story, right? Because of injury. Thankfully, Jokic is not an injury like burden guy.
yeah,
So we'll see. We know like a 41-year-old LeBron can go crazy still, even at this age. Who knows? Maybe Jokic, we can still get maybe another like 3 or 4 years of prime before we really start seeing him slow down. But that Nuggets team, I don't think it's structured good enough for him to win. While OKC and San Antonio are just feel like they're there to stay. And of course, if Minnesota continues to develop these guys, they'll always be a strong dark horse team. Alex, Jalen Brown is another guy, a former Finals MVP, a former champion who got bounced in the first round. The Boston Celtics 3-1 lead against the Philadelphia 76ers choked. It's like Doc Rivers was the coach again, except he wasn't there. Um, Jalen Brown, I'm pretty sure you saw, went on Twitch the day after Game
yeah,
7. He had his complaints about the refs, about why do y'all call push-offs on me all the time? Push-offs a regular thing, but every time I do it, it seems to be like an agenda to come at me for it. Why? And then he goes, why is flopping okay? Why are we not getting after Joel and being all this stuff? He's a big flopper. He's not cool. Like, you're a great player. Stop flopping. Stop being a bitch, falling down, and all that stuff. is Jalen Brown in the right mindset right now to continue being a Boston Celtic, to being a leader, or does this seem like, because he also made a comment that this was his favorite season, but it's a season where he was the number one because the number one was hurt, and then they choke a 3-1 lead. So is what do we feel about all the comments that came out of Jalen Brown's mouth during his post Game 7 stream?
So the last comment is more concerning than anything because him saying like this is his favorite season. Yeah, because he didn't have to be Rodman to somebody's Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like he was able to drive the ship, and I think the him getting critiqued like that was I that I know that hit something to like his ego. Definitely took a shot from that, and I mean that's just one that you gotta take those shots though from you want to play in a big market like Boston, especially the Celtics. The Celtics is the number two or number one winning franchise in basketball history. So
One. Yep.
I mean, like he just needs to know like the situation he's in, and he has to take accountability, of course. But we like as fans too need to see like this dude took that team shouldn't have probably been like sixth seed at best because of all the injuries they had this year.
And all the losses they had in the
Yep.
offseason. You lose,
Yep.
you gave up on Porzingis. You no longer have Drew Holiday. You lost Al Horford. Like everything that's gone on since their championship run 2 years ago, that core is not really there no more. It was Brown and Derek White and Peyton Pritchard, right? Like those are the names. Tatum, I don't count mainly because he was hurt mainly all year, and he came back. And did you hear what some I forgot who said it, and I apologize for not giving the credit to who got it. Jason Tatum's leg, the one that got hurt, and you know this because you're recovering from an ACL tear. His leg was only 80%. Like
It's crazy.
it was skinny. Like it wasn't to the max like how his other leg is. So if you don't know, and I know you do because I'm pretty sure your doctors have warned you about it, but for the people that don't know, when you get hurt on one leg and you got to use a lot of force on your other leg to basically carry the burden, you're more likely to destroy that leg, that say maybe ligament or one of the ligaments that is caring for all those things. That's kind of what happened with Kelly Thompson a few years ago. He tore his Achilles, well, almost. I mean, it was like 70 years ago. He tore his Achilles, obviously, in the playoff series against the Raptors, and then the next year, he tore his ACL. I believe it was the other leg. It wasn't even the same leg, but like that's why Tatum couldn't play Game 6, Alex, or Game 7, because he hurt his calf in Game 6, the calf on the other leg, the stronger leg, but it's been carrying the burden of the other leg this whole time. So I know Tatum was healthy enough to come back, but in reality, he was never at 100%, and that put a lot more strain in that leg than it should
I
have.
I know when you come off injuries like that. I mean, obviously, because I'm going through something like that, but not Achilles, but my ACL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just had an appointment not too long ago, and he told me, and my doctor told me too, as long as your leg is 80% as strong to your other leg, you could start um, putting your body in into practices, um, kind of just listening to your body. Like not to your 100%, you could return to sport.
Yeah,
That older knee is like, do not try it. Do not even like. I want you to be 100. I think, but that's every doctor though. Like, that's crazy for them to
rush
even
it.
let them play in that situation like high intensity. Basketball is number one, like number one sport that you could like damage your ligaments, damage your legs, your knees, or whatever. So I understand he wants to play, but for him, he's risking being out 2 years instead
Yeah,
of one. And man, that I would not do that. And for the Boston medical staff to even clear him to even start doing that, like that, they dodged a bullet by not for him like not to tear the other leg. Imagine if he would have torn the other leg, that would have been like that would have been bad, real bad, especially for the media in Boston.
Yeah,
It's 2 years.
I agree. Well, let's bring in our buddy, my fellow New England Patriot fan. He is ready to watch UFC 328 this weekend, but we're still in basketball talk. Bringing in my boy. He's drinking some water. I believe that's water. It is Chad. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
Whoa, hey
We're
Chad.
talking about Tatum and his
We're talking
leg.
about we're talking about Tatum's leg, about how his weak leg is only 80% of what the strong leg 100% is right now.
Mm.
So the dangers of the fact that how quickly they rushed him back per se, So
I'm, I'm,
do you have any thoughts on that? Go for it, Alex.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go check on the boys real quick.
Go for it, brother.
Um, Not necessarily. I don't think he should have came back. I mean, it was pretty much pointless. That's probably why they lost the series. Honestly,
Yeah.
you can just tell, like, as far as the regular season, they weren't clicking the same. They were trying to fit Jason in there, but they just couldn't, you know, find an avenue, a way to get him fully implemented back into the scheme of things. Um, yeah, man, it's different because he was the star player. Jason was the Batman and Jalen was the Robin, but we could see that Jalen could do it without Tatum, right? But
Yeah.
they try to get him back in there. They try to rush it to no avail. They probably just honestly just made things a little worse.
Right.
As far as like the team chemistry and his leg, his injury.
So let me ask you this, because the main reason I brought up the Celtics is because of Jalen Brown's post Game 7
Right.
stream. All the comments he made, the crying about the refs, which I'll be honest, if with the way that the league is not enforcing their flopping rules, I understand with his feelings about Joel Embiid being a flopper and his comments about how this was his favorite season, which just so happened to be the season where he was the Batman, right? So, what are your confidence levels on Jalen Brown's future as a Boston Celtic? You think he's going to stay a Boston Celtic, or is this the beginning of the end in his tenure as a Celtic?
Um, I honestly don't. I think if the comments weren't made like such, um, I don't think we'll be speculating on this. He just got paid like upwards of 300 million. So I don't think that his future with Boston is like on any terms of like trying to trade him or just trying to get rid of him, like as far as waving. Um, I think as far this has more to do with like the team chemistry. Like this, I don't think this has nothing to do with like contract situations. This is just like team
Right.
chemistry things. I felt like him going there and like going on Twitch and making comments was it couldn't help him in any way. It was only like 12 hours after the game. Um, and yeah, he was just very emotional. He should have took some time to speak out and get back on Twitch and stuff. I know he wanted to get back on Twitch and get to his fans and stuff, but there's nothing he could have said there about the team or about his play that would have helped him out. You know, I honestly agree with like the Embiid comments, like the flopping and stuff, but the other stuff about he said like it was his best season, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really agree with him going up there and saying that.
Okay, let me throw this out there for both you gents. Jalen Brown is eligible for another extension this year, right? Which is kind of crazy to say, seeing as he still has 3 more years in his current contract, I believe. But he's eligible for another extension. And guess what, boys? We're talking about 71 mil per year. Obviously, he's already one of the highest paid guys. That's like 60 to like 69 mil, whatever it is. So this would increase it to 71. If I'm the Boston Celtics and I receive a call, let's just say, and it's been out there already on TikTok and other stuff, so I'm using the same scenario. I just want to ask you guys.
Yeah.
If I get a call from the Milwaukee Bucks and they say Giannis for Jalen straight up, what do we say?
Ooh, that's tough.
What does the Celtics say? What do the
Yeah,
Celtics? I think.
what does the Celtics say? Because now Jalen Brown will get his wish. He's a true number one. There ain't nobody he has to be like partnered up with, but he's going to a worse situation. Giannis gets to go to a championship team. What do the Celtics say? Do we stick with our two-man tandem? We're paying both these guys about 60, 70 mil each. Or do we go ahead and trade him, get Giannis at a maybe cheaper rate, and
Yeah,
maybe be able to build a little more debt? While Jalen could go become the number one, the true number one he wants to be in Milwaukee, of all places. What does Boston say to that offer?
I think Boston says yes because you know that Giannis would buy in because that is a right now that's like a winning team, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think that's like a clear layup for Boston. I think they would say yes, but I think they would still try to get some picks out of it.
You think Boston would?
Yeah,
So why not Milwaukee try to get some picks? Because that's also one of the things I've been wondering is like, so why wouldn't Milwaukee, who's trying to rebuild, try to get some picks as well?
because I think Milwaukee they don't have a lot of leverage because of how Giannis is leaving, the way he's leaving, and the way I mean, obviously he was hurt, so like that could be negotiated there from Boston. Well, Boston could negotiate. Well, Jalen Brown just took my team to one of the higher seeds in the East without uh, Jason Tatum, without a lot of with a plethora of injured players. That could be in the negotiation. I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just I don't know, but I'm just thinking that's how it's gonna work out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
them just
Well, because it also has to be a team that is willing to extend Giannis because he's coming into his final year of his contract. So it would, or last 2 years, I should say. But something like, so now it's going to be a team that's going to be want to do it long term. Or are you Boston and just say, fuck it, Giannis for 2 years, let him go after that, let him walk or trade him, whatever. We're good there. I mean, Chad, do you feel like it'd be a good move or different move out in the horizon?
I don't. Yeah, I don't see how that's a win for Boston. I don't think that Giannis and Tatum will mesh too well together.
Okay.
Giannis will have to probably play the center, and yeah, Tatum will probably just be like the primary scorer, and Giannis will probably be having to feed Tatum because I can see him down there getting boards and getting his assist and just getting his easy dunks when he can, but the ball will probably have to be ran through Giannis. Um, the contracts are pretty similar, so I don't see too much there, but just straight up like that trade, I just don't see how it'll be good scheme for Boston. And then on the other side, Milwaukee, they need like players. They don't need just one player. Jalen Brown won't do it for them. They need players. So that definitely wouldn't be good for Milwaukee. They need like big players too. They need centers and stuff,
No.
power forwards, and yeah, Giannis was playing the center some games. So yeah, that wouldn't be a good look for Milwaukee either. Um, but I could see like the Celtics, they if they find somebody like Giannis, where a guard like Devin Booker or something, where like I can see you know Jalen Brown being the number one option on the Suns, but Milwaukee, nah, I couldn't see that one.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously just theoretical. None of this is
Yeah, yeah,
most likely potential, but there's going to be questions out there. There's going to be calls made. So I think obviously Giannis is a guy that is going to be on the move. I don't feel like that. I feel like that's a foregone conclusion. I was just like, let's see what's Milwaukee going to try to do.
yeah.
What's the best possible way for them to get best asset? And well, let me ask
Yeah,
this
they need
now.
some picks. They need some picks.
Obviously, the Joe Mazzulla style is threes, 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 and threes. It wouldn't fit Giannis at all. Respectfully, just wouldn't. Giannis likes to be down in the post, and he likes to be able to have a full gear from half court, 0 to 60
Yeah.
in 2 seconds. What if the relationship between Tatum and Jalen was too much? Like they didn't want to deal with the clashing heads or anything like that. The potential, diva syndrome. What if we separate them, but instead of Brown leaving, it's Tatum?
Mm,
Back to back injuries. One's an Achilles and one's a potential, it's a calf strain that could have led to an
yeah,
Achilles, but thankfully
yeah.
nothing happened. But and then you save up a lot of money to get more assets. What if Tatum were to leave the Boston Celtics? Is that something that would intrigue y'all if y'all were running the Celtics? Obviously, you get compensated well for it, but is that a split you'd be looking at potentially?
I don't know. It's like I said, if I'm Boston, I would. It's like I wouldn't say that Tatum's like in that Larry Bird round for like what Larry Bird means to the Celtics, but I feel like it's like Larry Bird, Bill Russell, KG, and Paul Pierce, and then like Tatum's like right there, right? So like as far as like being like an all time Boston, so like for moving on from him, I think would be really, I think would be kind of hard to explain to the fan base, even though like he is coming off injury, but we know what Tatum is when he's fully
All right.
healthy.
Well, guys, I'm catching some audio. I don't know if y'all heard that.
Yeah, I hear it
Uh,
too.
Chad, do
Is
you
that me?
know? I think it's you. Are you watching something?
Yes. Let me turn it
Oh,
down.
yeah. Turn it down, please. Por favor, brother. Um, but all right, let's quickly talk about these NBA playoffs before we get into our football talk. Obviously, the second round is going on right now. Right now, game two between the Cavaliers and Pistons is going. How are we feeling about that matchup? Obviously, two what do we say? Underrated teams, I would say, even though Pistons were like the number one in the East. These are two teams that are trying to make the conference finals. First time in a long time for a few of these teams. How are we feeling about those teams right now? Are they battling to actually win the East, or are they battling for second place in the East?
I think Detroit has a really good shot, even though the Magic took them to seven. But I feel like the Magic are supposed to be a team that was supposed to compete for the top seeds at the beginning of the year. Obviously, they were roller coaster throughout the whole year. That's why they
Yeah,
ended up at the bottom. But and then also Detroit being super young, um, you know, in the first series, it really showed. So I think that they'll be able to compete for the East for sure. Their defense is what drives that team.
can Chad? Let me ask you this: Can Donovan Mitchell finally make a conference finals? Is this the year that he can find it with a James Harden on his side? Even though James Harden is currently in this game shooting 3 for 13, is this a year where the Cavaliers with Donovan Mitchell as a guy they can hit the conference finals?
Uh, right now, it's not looking like it, bro. James Harden is probably well. I wouldn't say it was a letdown because I was kind of expecting this from James Harden,
Yeah,
but he's kind of doing the same thing. He's always done in the playoffs. And then on the other end, Donovan Mitchell, he's kind of throughout the season, he's played way more aggressive than he has played in these playoffs. I don't know what exactly is going through his mind, but yeah, the way he's playing really passive aggressive. He's passing a lot. He's not shooting those threes that he usually shoots in the regular season. He's not trying to put the ball on people's head. He's not doing a lot of things. So I don't know. I haven't seen that spark from them. But on the
yeah,
opposite end, um, I agree with most of what Alex said. Um, he pretty hit it on hit the nail on the head. I like Cavs. I don't really see them battling for a spot, but um, the Pistons, I can definitely see them fighting for a spot. Like Alex said, they're just a young team. We're not expecting much from them since they're so young, but they're a two-way team from the head to the toe.
yeah,
Everybody can score and everybody can play defense. So yeah,
yeah.
I don't
One
really see Donovan making it too far because they have to get through the Pistons, and Pistons are it's gonna be a really hard test from them. But on the other end, I do see the Pistons, I can see them going all the way.
Are you thinking that we're seeing the end of Donovan in Cleveland soon?
I hope not. I hope not because it's like after this. then where you were the main guy in Utah, you were the
Yeah,
main guy here in Cleveland. They built well pieces around Donovan, and they just haven't been able to get it done in what 3 or 4 years now.
yeah. He's about to be 30 next year, and he's got 2 more years on his contract. One's a player option. He's always talked about being a New York Knick. I'm not saying that's where he's gonna go if he does leave, but it's like I feel like his timeline with Cleveland that it's a very short fuse, and it doesn't feel like he'll be there very long. Um, but we'll see what goes there. I agree with y'all. The one thing I say for Cleveland is you already had a tough matchup with Toronto. They were a very good defensive team, even though they don't have the shooters for it right now. But they'll develop and they'll get right guys soon enough. Detroit is probably one of the best, if not the best, defensive team on the East. So now you're getting them and you're getting their best efforts. And of course, you're getting Cade Cunningham's best year. So that's just going to be looking down. Obviously, this is game two. Anything could change, anything could happen. We don't even know the winner fully of this game yet. I know there's 2 minutes left with 9-point lead, but you just never know. But whatever. Let's just say 2-0. I'm agree with you. I think Detroit is fighting hard, but I think the
Yeah,
team that's about to probably win the East, if they can stay healthy, which sadly doesn't look like they're going to be, is the New York Knicks. OG Anunoby got hurt yesterday, which sucks because he is their best defensive player. But now that just means everyone needs to step up. Joel Embiid is hurt right now. Don't know what his status for game three is. But you know, when he's on the court, he's a difference maker. That's how they came back 3-1 against the Celtics. What are your thoughts on Sixers and Knicks right now, despite the Knicks being up 2-0?
I mean, I had New York going to the championship. Um, I think that that team is due. Like the way that team is constructed, they have no time for like um, early round exits or even a second round exit. Um, it's championship. They have to get it to. They have to get to the championship. Um, Obviously, OJ. I mean, OG getting hurt is a big shot to him because he is, like you said, the best defender. But that just means that like you said, other players have to step up. And um, Philly and New York is always going to be a good game because of the rivalry there between them. So I don't think it's going to be a clean sweep. I think Philly could come back and make it a series.
Gotcha. What about you, Chad? Do you feel that this is Philly's chance to climb back if Embiid is healthy enough, or do you think series is kind of already over?
um, no, I don't think the series is over. I think they need to make some adjustments. If y'all watched the last game, the fourth quarter it was just really sloppy. Just so many missed shots. Um, I think VJ Edgecombe missed about he went 0 for 4 in the fourth. Tyrese Maxey was like 0 for 3, 0 for 4. I need Paul George to step up, bro. I need him to be that vet. I need him to be the shot maker that he is if they want to win the series. But like y'all saying, the Knicks are constructed to go and win a chip. Jalen Brunson is pretty much unstoppable. Karl Anthony Towns, he can do it all, besides probably like block shots at a high
Yeah,
level. Um, and then you got OG Anunoby, who is like the savior of the day. He can guard the best player, and then he can go get you a bucket. And he's really, really good on fast breaks, of as we've seen lately. Um, I think the Knicks can make it all the way, but I'm not really like a big fan of the Knicks and the Knicks culture because they always have good constructed teams. Like last year, they had basically the same team. They beat the Celtics, and everybody thought they were going to make it to the championship. And what happened? They lost to the Pacers and Tyrese Halliburton. So that's just how I look at the Knicks. They're kind of like the Cowboys of the NBA. They always have the good pieces, the good story, and they just never make it.
yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. Those two teams, one of those four teams is going to be in the conference finals. Hell, they're going to be two of them. They're going to be in the conference, but one of them is going to be in the finals. We all talked about it earlier in the year. Knicks, everyone's hurting badly this year. This is your time to shine. You better make the finals. If not,
Yeah.
blow it up. But yeah, OG Anunoby, get well soon, brother. Maybe Anne Hathaway can kiss your pain away. Um, OKC Lakers, old man Lakers versus young OKC. Is this a wrap?
It's a wrap, bro.
It's okay. I
There's
don't know
not
how
much to
much
say here. There's
I
not
was
much
gonna
to say here,
say.
bro. Yeah.
Um, how much of a difference maker? Let me ask this: what if Luca and a healthy Austin Reeves? Because I'll be fair. I don't feel like he's been healthy since he came back. What type of competition would have been if we had a healthy Luca and Reeves back in?
I don't think it'll make a difference. Even though Luca does create a he's a bucket, walking bucket, but uh that like OKC they play great defense too, so that I think they would have made it really hard for him just to get a couple of shots. And then for one, he's what you considered a cone in NBA. So I think they would just be attacking him. Austin Reeves, he's a good player. I mean, he's a good role player. But I still think Austin Reeves, 18, if he were to average 18 to 17 points in this series, I think would be really hard because of like I said, OKC's defense. I don't think it's just OKC's just too deep.
I know I could ask this next week by the time the Lakers are eliminated, but I'll go ahead and ask it now because obviously there's not much to talk about as far as the series. I think we all believe it's either a sweep or at least a gentleman's sweep if
Yeah.
somehow, some way someone can do that. But I don't think they will. LeBron James is a free agent after this year. 41-year-old legend. Consensus number top 2 all time. Unless you want to be a newborn, you're like, he number 1. I don't know how you feel. It's whatever. It's cool. At least 2 minimum. Unless you're Alex. He says he's 6. Um, is LeBron going to be a Laker next year? Or is he going somewhere else now that he's a true free agent, no player option, no team option? Is he a Laker, yellow and purple next year?
I'm gonna say no.
No, okay. Do you have a team in mind that you think where he'll be?
This is a shot at Chad. If they let him get his cookies, he'll probably go back to Miami. No, I'm just no, it's just a joke. That's a joke.
he could be Bam's co-partner, brother.
Yeah, no, I just
Nah.
I just a little shocked because I heard one of the reasons why he was always pissed off because they took
Yeah,
away his
them damn
cookies off the
cookies.
plate.
Ty Riley was messing with his cookies.
Yeah, but
Don't mess with man's
no,
cookies.
I mean, of course it has to be a contender in my mind. I wouldn't think that James would go to LeBron James would go to like a team that's in the middle of the pack. I don't know. I don't not off the top of my head right now. I mean, OKC looks good. The Spurs don't need him. Uh,
Okay, we were talking about them earlier. Chad, I'm bringing up to you if you like this or not. They keep Spider. They keep Harden. They bring in LeBron. You keep Mobley, Jared Allen. Is that a team? Third run with the Cavaliers. Is that a team that we can see him run it one last time with a if he takes the minimum, a stacked starting 5?
Yeah. Yeah. It'll just be hard to keep everybody, but I think yeah, because it's the same thing as with the Lakers, but they're in the East, so the pathway is easier. Um, I honestly, just to backtrack a little bit, I honestly think the only reason why Austin Reeves was or had a good season, such a good season, was because Luca was healthy throughout the majority of the season, and they
Mm.
could have the second and third defender on him, so that puts him in a good situation. Now, when you got the first and second defender on him, he's probably 80, 90%, but he just can't go get that bucket because he has a totally different defender on him. Um, but with LeBron James on the Cavs, yeah, I can definitely see that. Him as a third option, yeah, that'll be crazy, bro.
Oh. Well, that's the only talk I'm going to give you Lakers and OKC for. SGA, do your thing. You're going to win second MVP. I know everyone's going to hate on his flopping or whatever, all that stuff. That's fine. I can't convince other people otherwise. That it's just normal. Everyone fucking did it. But apparently, some people started watching basketball yesterday. Just saying.
yeah.
Spurs and Timberwolves, which I think will be the best series of probably the entire playoffs. Respectfully to possible Spurs Thunder and or Wolves Thunder, I think this will be the best series throughout the playoffs. It's certainly been the first 2 games, Alex. Obviously, Wolves steal game 1 in San Antonio. Heck of an effort. Anthony Edwards comes off injury after he was supposed to not come back to like either game 3 or game 4. Makes a miraculous recovery enough to play. Comes off the bench, puts up 18 points. takes the win over the San Antonio Spurs, 2-point victory. But then the Spurs answered back last night, put that butt whooping into gear, got their belts off their pants, and started putting belt to ass for revenge. Series is tied 1-1 right now. How are you loving this series so far, brother? I know you love
Uh,
it. This
I
is
mean,
competition.
it's good. I mean, it's a really entertaining series for sure. Game one was obviously better than game two, but I have the Spurs winning in seven. Whenever you put it in our thread,
Mm.
um, yeah, and Ant's one of my favorite players in the NBA, right? Like since he joined the league. But dude, he's that fucking he's that guy, man.
He's that motor. He's a
Yeah,
fucking
Yeah.
everything, brother.
like if I watch basketball, like that's the type of dude that I want to just watch his style play. Because you know me, I've been like, man, I don't like the past, especially the past couple of years. I don't really want to watch the game because fucking this
3-point
basketball.
shooting all day. It's
I
the
don't like
Celtic.
that.
Yeah.
I don't like that style. The way Ant plays is great. The way these two teams play is great. It's low scoring and uh
Great defense.
yeah, great defense, and that's the type of style that I like to watch. Um, yeah, and coming back early did was a like they were able to steal a game, and I think that's what Minnesota Timberwolves uh, thought was into going into this. So if we bring them back, we better steal a game in San Antonio. So they did that. Now it's just protecting home court, which is gonna be it's gonna be crazy. I mean, both coaches are making good adjustments. I like the chess match.
Chad, what about you, man? Obviously, I'm not trying to dig or anything like that. You've seen your team leave the play, and we saw the reactions. We were all here. Now you're seeing a lot of people you know, their team is going out there and trying to represent. Game one was ugly. We can all admit. The Aaron Fox and Wemby put up 21 points combined. That's disgusting.
That's
Came
gross.
back and did better in game two. The whole team did. But now you're seeing Anthony Edwards, because I know you probably agree with Alex. That is a favorite motherfucker for all of us to watch because he knows how to hoop. He is hungry. How are you enjoying the Wolves season right now? How are you enjoying them against the Spurs right now?
Game one was electric. Game two was a blowout. But yeah, I just I don't know, bro. I don't like the way things are schemed right now. Anthony Edwards coming off the bench. He's obviously not fully healthy. He kind of hurt himself again yesterday. Um, yeah, I just don't see how this is going to help the Wolves' future. If they're going to lose yeah, he came back and won a game, but what's a game if they get gentlemen sweep? And he would have just been better off, just resting, just trying to get his legs back for
Mm,
next season. So I mean, I don't really see the Wolves making it far, even if they do win the series, because Anthony Edwards is hurt. Both of his knees are messed up, and I think even before he messed up his other knee, his heel was already messed up. So like throughout this season, he's already had like 4 or 5 injuries, and they're not minor injuries. These are kind of crazy injuries, but he's just so good in with the injury management, and he's able to bounce back very quickly. But I just don't see him sustaining and maintaining this. Even if they do make this a very good series, I don't see them doing that, like going too far. Spurs is too good. They're gonna be beating him up, man.
yeah. Well, they came back with a great defensive coverage. You saw the
Yeah,
big highlight. Mitch Johnson was attack Anthony Edwards, make sure he doesn't get free and go crazy. Because look, even though game one was only 18 points, it doesn't sound impressive. Those were very impactful 18 points. He put up
yeah, it
11 in the
was.
fourth quarter, which turned that team the game around for them because they were trailing tied most of the game. Then they kind of took over at the end because of Anthony Edwards' effort. Spurs came back. Now there was a lot of talk. Chad, I don't know if you saw online. I know I did because I was trying to come back all these motherfuckers online because I'm a Spurs fan, obviously. All these people were talking about how Spurs got nothing. All they got is these blocks, and half of those blocks were fouls or goaltends. I went back and reviewed all that motherfucker. I slowed the tape down. You got one goaltend and no fouls. I'm just telling you right now. If you're watching this right now and you don't know that, I'm telling you right now. There was one goaltend, obvious. That was to Terrence's shot. Everything else was clean. Even that one that looked like a foul, even in real game time, the one where he smacks Gobert in the arm, he got the ball first. So it's not even a foul. Everything else was clean. So all the Wolves fans were talking about that. You saw Kendrick
I did.
Perkins.
I don't know, man. You might be a little biased. I might
Talk
have
to me.
seen 2 or 3 goaltends. I might have seen 2 or 3 fouls.
I said
He might have hit
I
the
reviewed
ball,
the tape.
but his arm is, down here pushing his body back from the ball. You know what
I
I'm
think that's
saying?
what they
So
called.
Which one?
Yeah,
Which one is that one?
which foul?
Which one? Yeah,
Or
which one
which
is calling a foul? Because if it's the
I
one
can't
with the
pinpoint. He had 12
the Gobert
blocks.
one. The
No, I don't.
Gobert one?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it was
Okay.
Gobert. This was like in the third quarter.
Okay.
I mean that whole game though, everybody was fouling everybody. Like
Yeah, bro. Wemby ran up the court and then Nasri pushed him and he slid all the way across the paint.
But I think that's
No foul.
I think that's the type of series you're going to see though, because even in game 2, like
The physicality was real.
they were hacking the fuck out of Edwards, and they didn't call no fouls. Like you could have easily called at least 3 fouls on I think it was Harper
There was
and
Castle was the one that online people were
yeah,
calling the new SGA.
and like
Oh wow.
but that's just that what we saw in the first 2 games is what it's going to be. Like they're going to let them fucking play.
But okay, let me ask this before we go into the football talk. Can Minnesota did the Spurs find the answer to Minnesota in game 2? And can Minnesota adjust? Chad, you already kind of answered that. You don't feel like they can. Alex, do you feel Minnesota can answer what happened in game 2? Or has San Antonio with Greg Popovich video filming skills, have they found the answer to shut down Minnesota for the rest of the series?
No, I don't think so, because Minnesota didn't also play 2 good games either. Even in that first game, they really didn't shoot the ball very well. To be like, they started slow. They didn't both. Like you look back, like Minnesota didn't have 2 good games. I would say San Antonio had one good game, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
But Minnesota is yet to have a good game, I believe. Looking back at it, like looking back at the game, like this, it's. I think they could still find something. Um, if it's not letting Fox go through the offense, slowing them down to get the offense going, creating more pressure, or blitzing them off like screens, screen and rolls and stuff like that. I think they could find something. I seen yesterday that the Spurs actually went 2 big men.
That was for like a minute, but that was only
Yeah,
because Cornette was already on the foul line and Wemby was already at the desk
but
waiting.
but I'd rather see that, like, just for them to try it, just to see, because what if they might need it.
The only issue with that is they don't have another big man that's playable in case one of them gets foul trouble or injured, and so you just gotta risk playing small ball the rest of the way. But all right, guys, that's our basketball talk. I know that one went for a very long time, but thank you for y'all's patience for that. We're bringing in now the man, the myth, the legend, the debate king. He says, "Come bring it to the people's debate." That is my boy Milton Win. What's going on, brother?
Hey, dude. What's going on, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yo.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. We
Does
were
it
talking about how
sound too
you're.
bad?
No. We were talking about how your Knicks suck. I don't know if you heard that. No, I'm just kidding.
I heard Chad say something good, actually. That made me
Wait.
feel good.
Why
Yeah, I heard
are
you
you
say
in the
something.
dark
Yeah, it
room?
wasn't much good. It wasn't
I don't
much.
think
I
he's.
said that was good.
I don't think Milton's home, Alex. I think
I'm not.
So
not.
that's why he's in the dark.
Yeah, sorry,
That's
Alex.
not because he's a dark man.
Yeah,
I don't
sorry.
think he's home.
I'm not home,
Yeah.
dude. I just got a light right here. It's,
Yeah, because he's the type, he always speaking in like positive words and always speaking the gospel, but then my man's in the dark. I'm like, what's he really
oh,
doing?
okay.
Is he Anakin?
Contradicting, huh? Yeah.
Is
Okay.
he Anakin right now?
He's gonna go take out the children.
Whoa,
Yeah.
yo, no, sir.
Oh,
No, sir. Oh,
Woo, that's
it
crazy.
is pretty dark. The lighting kind of sucks. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
yeah,
You're
you're
doing-
fine.
It looks
Bro,
okay, actually.
This
You know
this
what?
computer light's the only thing I have on too. I don't have the room light on.
You know,
Okay.
I think Chi-Town's lighting sucks. the
Sorry,
most,
sorry,
actually.
sorry. Alex can pay his electricity. He could afford it in Pleasanton.
Oh my god. No.
There we go. Yes. Take that, dude.
Well,
What's up,
Milton,
y'all?
glad to have you here, brother. Do you have any positive, like, things happen that you want to share with us, or any sports related, non-sports related, any positive vibes you want to bring? So Alex can say, you're more preachy than ever. I'm just kidding.
No, I will say it sounds good that the Knicks I heard are doing well.
Yes,
That sounds cool. I might start being a Knicks fan again, guys. Don't tell
permanently,
anybody I took a
or
break.
like
Don't tell
only
anybody.
seasonal.
No, probably seasonal.
Okay.
I'll start light. But that's it. No,
Makes sense,
no,
makes
no
sense.
great news, but we're all here today together, right? That's
true.
good news. You know what I'm
And
talking about?
we're here
It's
able
good
to
to
talk
see
some
y'all.
sports. We're here to
Yeah,
talk.
let's do it, dude. Let's
So,
do it.
guys, we talked about this with Milton a little bit last week, and maybe our wires got crossed a little bit, but then I kind of corrected myself, and hopefully everyone's okay with it. Right now, we've seen the moves of the offseason. We've seen the moves in free agency. Juwan Jennings is now a Minnesota Viking as of 30 minutes ago. 1 year, $13 million. So he's no longer a Niner, which is funny because they offered him more money and he said no. So, haha.
Oh.
It was funny because, so if you don't know, Juwan Jennings wanted 20 million from the Niners. They offered 17. He said no. He gets 13 from Minnesota. I probably would have taken the 17.
The weather too. The weather
Yeah.
difference. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So they play indoors though.
Good. Well,
It's
still living
cold.
over
We still
there
live
still
cold.
sucks.
By the way, but plus Alex, your divisional rivals.
Yeah, they got to play y'all
Isn't
twice.
isn't half of them outside?
I'm not.
No,
scared
just
of it.
Chicago.
No. I'm not saying you're scared of Minnesota. I'm saying Minnesota can be scared of you. I'm saying
bro.
Juwan Jennings going to Minnesota.
Juwan, that's
I gotta
bad for
go play.
Juwan.
Now I gotta go play in Lambeau, and I gotta go play in Soldier Field.
That's all I'm saying.
Everybody wins in Lambeau.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Why are we lying? Why are we lying? Why are we lying?
I hid some bias there.
All
It's
right.
okay.
Well,
Yeah, but
It's okay.
yeah, it's I don't know the way he kind of like carried himself those last couple of weeks was kind of weird, right? And
he went full prima donna. If I should say so myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they would have. I think the Niners dodged a bullet.
For sure.
I agree.
Y'all see. Y'all will see. Can't wait to talk about the Niners today.
Oh, so we have a spoiler alert now.
Yeah.
But guys, so nonetheless, thank y'all for joining in. Of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Also, go to the People's Debate. Subscribe there.
Please.
Give them a like. Give them a comment. There's topics that Milton will be having moving forward as he moves away from the sports talk to where critical thinking talks. Are you able to debate without being a little biatch about it? That's my Puro Pinche way of saying it. But Milton has a nicer way of saying it.
Thank you, bro.
Can we disagree? That's the title of his latest video. And of course, if you have any time you want to debate Milton, whether it's sports, whether it's political, whether it's religion, whatever it is, go at him.
Chi-Town now.
Oh my God.
I am a man of God too.
Respect.
On the bicep. I don't think that's the debate topic he was going at, Alex.
Respect that. That's all right. I like that.
But guys, please feel free. Go over there. Talk your stuff to Milton. He'll be happy to have a healthy debate with you. Be respectful at all times. Guys, we're going to be doing our basically post free agency / draft way too damn early rankings. Because that's what this is. We're in May 7th. The season starts September. Officially, right? The regular season. This is way too damn early to be doing the rankings. But fuck it. I want to talk some football sometime still. And this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna debate right now. Because I know for a fact we don't agree with anything we're about to say right now. And I love it.
Wait, you guys did teams, I did players.
Motherfucker, you a liar.
Chi-Town, what is that? What does that even mean?
I picked the top free agents, top 10 free agents.
That's a good segment, Jose. To be fair, that's a segment. You can lead it.
And Jose decides to text me when I'm on my way from Austin. I'm driving. So I'm like,
Jose,
what am I supposed to text you in the middle of the night?
Jose, shame on you.
Actually, that would be better.
Do you want me to text you sweet nothings while you're in the shower? What do you want me to
what's
do?
going-
I'm texting everybody.
this
I'm texting when
conversation
I'm in a
is good.
date. What are you talking about?
These guys were texting me all last night while the Spurs game was on, and I was like, I ain't trying to text it
This is
right
a
now.
group chat. You don't gotta answer. Ain't nobody
Hey,
specific.
silence the
Ain't
group chat, dude.
Ain't no one saying, Yo,
Easy
Alex,
fix.
Alex, what do you think about that? Alley oop 3-point shot from Devin Vassell.
The tonality, I really don't like it. This one.
It's
Well,
strange.
real
the
sensual.
play was sexy nonetheless.
Mhm.
If you haven't seen the alley oop 3-point shot, that's
Yeah, that was
fucking
crazy.
amazing. So check it out if you have not seen it. I mean, okay, Alex, you can be a little different with your players. That it's not the debate, but fuck it, let's go with it.
Yeah.
But we'll have you go last while me, Chad, and Milton do the teams. Then you do your
I'll talk shit.
listings.
I'll talk shit to you guys.
Chadwick.
I don't have a list.
Chadwick.
All right, you're gonna have to judge.
Bro, I
ours.
was
It's all right,
bro.
It's all right.
Yes, I'm
It's
just here
okay.
to judge, bro. I know
It's
what's going
okay.
on. I was
Yeah.
at work all day. I was
Y'all
late
don't
to the
push us
show.
too much, though.
Well,
now-
maybe,
You ain't got a list.
maybe
We can't
y'all can
critique you.
find your top
here.
10 list between my list and Milton's. Oh,
Yeah,
my heart.
me versus you, Jose. Let's do it.
All right. Now we can shit talk each other and say how we're both wrong. Bet. You want to go 10 through 1 or do you want to go 1 through 10? Well, actually, you know what? Let's ask the audience. Let's ask Alex.
Yeah.
What do y'all want to hear? 10 through 1 or 1 through 10?
10 to 1. Yeah.
That's unanimous for sure.
All right. Judges agree.
Want me to go?
Don't know who would be the tiebreaker. No, I got this. I did say to Ted I would go first and then yourself.
Okay.
So, all right, guys. This is my way too damn early, not exit 7 top 10 teams post free agency and draft. Mind you, I am not counting a potential trade on June 2nd. I am not counting that. I could, but I'm not because it's not June 2nd yet. We'll talk about it in a month from now. All right. Numero 10. Okay, that sounds right to say. Crazy enough, Alex might like this or might respect it. The Dallas Cowboys. I think they've had one of the better off-season drafts / free agency moves. Plus, they're swapping out of defensive coordinators from Eberflus to the guy from was it Philly or Green Bay? I forgot what it was. All right, anyways, I think they've adjusted. They were already a solid offensive team. George Pickens shit, that's a little questionable, but if he signs that damn thing, it looks great. So they got number 10. Number 9, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, there's a few key pieces they've lost. They may potentially lose a big piece on June 2nd, but today is not June 2nd. And this team is still smart. They knew what they needed to draft. They still signed some key interesting parts like Rick Woolen. I know they lost Reed Blankenship and they lost Jalen Phillips. Those are huge ones, but they did make some good draft picks, and they traded for who's that guy you love from Minnesota, Milton? They got someone from Minnesota, an edge.
Grenard.
So I don't know. I'm just saying, if Philly can fix their shit, you don't got the Diva and AJ Brown potential enough. No, that's not what I'm counting. This might be a 3-peat division champion. I don't know. That's why I put them in Dallas next to each other. Just throwing it out there. Number 8. Out of respect for what they did last year, they stay top 10. But this offseason, because of the lack of draft picks and the lack of free agency moves, the Denver Broncos are my number 8 team.
Yeah.
Yes, they got Jalen Waddle. But that's kind of like all they got. Their draft picks were not the sexiest, and they only had a few. They probably didn't get everything they should have gotten in the offseason, and you let Jay Greenlaw walk. I'm not the biggest fan, but out of respect for a potentially healthy Bo Nix, I don't know if y'all seen that damn leg. That is not a pretty leg right now.
Looks like my leg right now.
Oh, your leg looks better. That's what's sad. I'm concerned for Bo Nix. But out of respect for them, number 8. Number 7. I know Milton's not gonna like this. The Baltimore Ravens, I feel, are getting into the Jesse Minter system. And they're getting things the right way and the right pieces. Now, they didn't do the Raiders a solid when they went against their own trade offer for Max Crosby. But what they turned around and got it with Vega as their guard in the 14th pick in the draft and the other pieces they got in the offseason, I love it. Lamar was already at volunteer OTAs day one. You love to see it. Number 6, Alex's Chicago Bears. Now, there's a lot of questions that people are going to have. Can they go ahead and repeat like they did last year? All this other stuff. Ryan Poles continues to find the pieces they need every year, slowly but surely. Their center retired. You trade for one with a low cost of a 5th-round pick, and you draft one anyways just to be safe for the future. You're looking long term. You're also getting your secondary position taken care of, and you're taking care of your defense, which is your main core. You're letting Dennis Allen cook. So they are number 6. Number 5. This is a little maybe too high for my blood pressure or anything like that. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because they did trade for a good wide receiver one, maybe a low-end one. It is the Buffalo Bills at number 5. Now, I have a lot of questions about Joe Brady. I think y'all do too. I don't think I'm the only one. But this is Josh Allen's team. You finally give him a damn wide receiver one. You have a running back that can probably go another 1,500 yards next year. This is make it or break it right now. You're going into your new stadium. I think the Buffalo Bills can do something good with this. So I have number 5. Number 4. Milton, I'm stroking our boy's ego a little bit. The Houston Texans are number 4. They will win the AFC South as of right now, I will say. They getting all the right pieces themselves. Now, I know Alex did not like the Danielle Hunter extension. I know it's a 1-year extension. It was like, 40, 45 mil? He wasn't the biggest fan. But they took care of their future. They got Will Anderson, 3 years, 150 mil. They got more good pieces in the draft. You're taking care of business with the O-line. If you can make sure CJ Stroud stands up, you're praying he goes back to rookie CJ Stroud. But there's also a chance that he might be replaced by next year. But I'm going to leave him at number 4 for now. Number 3, they were my number 1 before the first round draft pick. The Los Angeles Rams. They're falling to 3. I don't like that they're drafting for the future because you don't even know if that future is going to be QB2 this year. You need another piece to make sure you can win the championship this year. I don't think they did. I gave them basically a nearly failing grade, the worst grade of the draft. But they made some offseason moves, getting Trent McDuffie. The Los Angeles Rams are number 3. I think they're good there right now. I'm going to tell y'all right now, 1 and 2. The 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl. I don't need to move them at all or anything like that. I don't give a fuck about your all-season drama. I don't give a damn if they were on the boat 7 months pregnant. The New England Patriots are number 2 and the Seattle Seahawks are number 1. I think the Seahawks.
Look, tell me why. Tell me why.
Tell me why.
No. Okay. That's that list. Oh,
look, can tell me why?
Can I tell you why the Patriots are number 2?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were asking about the Seattle Seahawks being number 1.
Them too, because I'm still. I mean, I could see because they were able to keep one of the.
They didn't drown like that. Like, yeah. I think one of the things that Seattle with the draft, they didn't drown.
No,
with all the stuff,
they didn't.
The thing with the Patriots, the reason I still have the best team as the AFC team. And I don't know if Chad left because he couldn't hear Diana Rossini talk right now or anything like that. But one of the reasons I have them is because I feel like y'all know I felt we were the best AFC team last year. Whether it was pretty or not how we played in the Super Bowl, right? It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got better this offseason. In a lot of areas. We solidified more of the O-line. We got AVT to be our guard. We're moving fucking Wilson to the center. We drafted a future tackle, which can play left or right. If we're saying fuck it to our left tackle, and we're saying fuck it, move into a guard. we got Caleb Lomu. I don't care how he dances.
That's good.
Like he'll be a solid left tackle, but if not, Morgan Moses might retire and he'll be a solid right tackle. I think if it wasn't for the offseason drama between Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini's scandal, ain't nobody gonna be really disagreeing with what the moves they made. This is an upgraded version from last year. And I think they're still the better team of all the AFC teams right now. It's not the sexiest pick, but fuck it. I like it.
All right. Okay. Hey, real quick. So maybe I could go, and then at that point, both of us have our list, and then we, Chi-Town, Chad, y'all could start critiquing
Oh,
it.
you're gonna win their vote, but I mean, I just
No, just like critiquing it, so we can. That's where we could start engaging. That's
for
all.
one before Milton goes. Jose's missing a team, and I want to see if Milton has it. So I'm just
I hope I don't disappoint you, brother. But let's see. Let's see what happens.
Before you go, Milton, I couldn't hear anything. Jose, if you can give me 5 through 1.
Oh, I got you, brother. I got you. I know you're gonna love it. All right. Do you want me to give you 10 to 1 just to say 5?
No.
5 to 1. Okay. So Bills were 5.
Okay.
Texans was 4. The Rams are 3. Because why would you draft a QB 3 in round 1? Patriots are 2, and Seahawks are 1.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna say like a small opening statement, and then I'm just gonna flow, and then we can start engaging on all of our teams and all of that. Because I got questions for Jose, but I'll let you fellas 100% dive in first. So with my list, I'm going off of team infrastructure, roster completeness, the coaching and coordinator departure and additions, and the free agency plus the draft were problem solved, if that makes sense. So that's how I made my list. That's exactly how that's my framework. Okay. So at number 10, I have the Buffalo Bills. Jose has them super high. We'll talk about it. Number 9, I have the Houston Texans. Again, Jose has them super high. I have questions, and we'll talk about it. Number 8, I have the San Francisco 49ers. You didn't have them, Jose, and I bet you fellas are going to disrespect them, but I can defend it. Number 7, I have the Baltimore Ravens. I think we're kind of similar there, Jose.
Same number.
Yeah, okay. So number 6, I also am in agreement. I have the Chicago Bears at number 6. Number 5, I have our majority of the panels, New England Patriots at number 5.
I don't know. Alex might think that Chad's still a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I don't know where you got that from, but
where the heck is that a conversation that was had?
Yeah, we had that a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh. Steeler fan. You know what? If I look at Chad, I
could is that we'll talk
about it. I could kind of see it. Okay.
Because he's black?
A little bit. But let's see this new era. Maybe I won't fit. Then I'll know. I'll know for certain. All right, number 4, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. At number 3.
You thought I had them low. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Number 3, I'd probably get it though, but we'll see. Number 3, definitely disagree with you. The Denver Broncos. Number 2, the Los Angeles Rams, and number 1, the burden of proof is on every other team, the Seattle Seahawks. That's the burden of proof. You got to prove any other team is going to be.
So there's 2 teams that I can think that Alex is thinking we missed. It's either the Pittsburgh Steelers, what we just brought up.
No way.
Or no, this is the one. Or it's the Los Angeles Chargers, because a lot of us think they might kill. No, it's neither one. Okay, so which one, Alex?
Okay, let me guess real quick, Chi-Town.
I got 2 guesses.
You got 2 guesses. You're gonna think Green Bay or Kansas City.
No.
Damn it.
Okay, right. You got me fucking lost.
It's
Jaguars?
Huh?
Cincinnati.
No.
What?
The Panthers?
How do you guys? What'd you say?
The Panthers?
Yes.
What?
What?
Top
Oh,
10.
Come on.
Top 10.
Come
Dude,
on.
okay.
Come
No.
on.
You know what? No. You know what? No. I debated, Alex. I really debated it. I did have them like because of all the pieces they added. I just
10.
don't know if I can with Bryce, brother. I just don't know
Their
if I
team
can with
looks
Bryce.
good. Chi-town,
look,
I
look,
understand.
look at the players they brought in. I think they drafted really well. Um, I Jose didn't like Tate whenever he came out of college. I told him that dude's gonna be a fucking stud. I watched I watched a lot of Pac-12 games, so obviously I know like he was gonna turn out pretty good. And then they get another receiver. And then they get two pass rushers. I like the move. Jaden Phillips isn't a big name for like a lot of people, but he produces like pretty solid. So I
In the pass
and then
rush,
they
right?
yeah, and then they get I think he was the best free agent signing in what's his name Jaden
Phillips.
No, not Phillips. The other pass rusher. I just had him on top of my head.
That's
Uh,
where.
the, the guy he
Well,
got
now
it
we
from
got
the chat.
Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd. I like
That's not,
I like that pickup.
No, I mean, me
that
and
was,
Milton have talked
that
about
was
it
a
multiple
great pickup.
times. We loved it, and especially how cheap he was too. Like,
Yeah. Great pick.
severely underpaid. I get it, Alex. I debated it. I really thought about maybe adding them on. I just have so many questions still about the offense. Remember, they still won the division, yes, but it was what 8-9, 9-8. I forgot what
Oh,
it was.
yeah.
Exactly.
3 8 and 9s. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly like they blew the doors down. I get it. They added great stuff, Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd. That is great stuff. I understand about them getting a wide receiver too. I also feel they felt a little downgraded because they let the better running back walk. They let Rico Dotto walk, and they went ahead and kept Chuba Hubbard when we saw what Rico did for them. And then of course they kind of blew it with him. Uh, I understand what you're saying, Alex. They would be 11 if I had to put them out there. They were that close for me to include them. I just felt like other teams that really needed it improved a little more. That's why Philly and Cowboys got the nod over them.
So another question would be, uh, wouldn't it be like because Milton put the 49ers in there?
Yeah.
To me, he thinks he obviously thinks the 49ers got a lot better because the way the team is different, like the way the team is now with the new additions. Well, I could argue, well, that team is in a tougher division than the Panthers, right?
Sure.
So wouldn't that kind of tip like tip the scale a little bit on?
No, I would say no if you compare it to San Francisco because San Francisco last year was better than Carolina. And I think they got better and they're getting more healthy, especially on defense. So even when I grant that Carolina has gotten better this offseason, but they're not at the same level as San Fran was, even when they were a defeated version of themselves last year. That would
Yeah,
be
but
my false comparison for me.
I could like you say they made the playoffs, or they made the playoffs as a
Yeah.
six seed.
Yeah.
They won. Don't get me wrong. They played great, but just to make the playoffs in that division is tough.
For
Uh,
sure.
versus the Panthers could like Jose said, win 9 games and make the playoffs, and I think that's
So to be fair to me, though, in the beginning, I did my opening statement, and this is like an on paper thing leading from last year to this offseason, everything that's happened in between to now. Like you could be, depending on how you frame it, I hear you, but I don't think Carolina even on paper, especially with Bryce as the quarterback, yeah, it's really comparable. San Fran. That's all. That's what this list is. This ain't. It depends on
Well,
like how you. What's like? Let me ask you, Jose. What was the
mhm.
criteria you used? Because
Like
that's
you
how
said,
you really can
I'm
make
kind
a
of going
list.
off last season, which you saw a lot of the top teams stay up there. But my criteria was basically how you signed, who you signed, and what holes you filled in. Obviously, with the 10 teams I picked, I feel like they made their teams as near perfect and improved from last year. and I think these are the teams that have the best odds overall to be up there in the playoffs next year. Now, obviously, me and you have different criterias. You or not criterias, but we have different views. You think the Patriots probably didn't improve as much as other teams. So I'm not saying you don't think they improved, but you think other teams did better. But I hugely disagree with you. The Denver Broncos won, but we can talk
let's
about it
talk.
whenever you're ready. Okay.
Yeah, we could do it. So, this is how we'll see who has to do what. Do y'all, Chad and Chi-Town, just yes or no? Do y'all think Denver should be ahead of New England? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, but I really don't think the Patriots should be like top 5 or.
Okay. All right. We'll get into that real quick. But so because that, I would say with Denver, if we even go from last year in the playoffs, that was a very, very, the weather and all that it played a factor, but that game was super, super close. And with Bo Nix, no matter what, y'all know how I feel about that whole conversation. With Bo Nix on that field, of course, a lot of different factors would play, but based on those both performances, we would have got beat, right? So, like you even thinking that overall the Broncos were worse than us just because they didn't get to the Super Bowl. I don't know if I would agree with that in totality with this team that's going to be coming next year versus us. I think we're obviously top 5, but I do think we did get better on the offensive line. So it's going to transition, and I believe we're going to have better performances overall, but our competition is going to be much, much greater. And also our defense, even though it was sound, I think this upcoming year, our secondary is not that deep. Same thing with Denver, but what Denver has over us is interior. Like, they have distinct pass rushers and they have a decent linebacking core. Jose and Chad, I don't know if y'all seen our linebacking core. You've heard me, Jose, complain about it. It sucks. I don't care. I'm sorry. It's not good. It's not freaking good. I love our safety room now. I'm cool with all that. But I think Denver, all they needed, it literally all last year, all they needed was a big weapon on offense. Big weapon. And they got Jalen Waddle. So I understand if you say that, oh, well, they didn't do much. They didn't have to do much. They won 14 freaking games. They didn't have to do much.
And
they're bringing most of their players back, and they're adding the big play hitter and what they needed. Where I'm putting in a factor that we are getting AJ Brown. I just think our defense is might be a problem, especially our secondary not having the depth that it should with a weak linebacking core and a spotty pass rush. That's why I would have Denver over us.
Okay. Part of the reason, like I said, just to be fair, in case there was any confusion, I didn't have New England above Denver because we made a Super Bowl or because we beat them. Because I agree. I think if Bo Nix was healthy and honestly, even if Sean Payton had just coached better, they could have beaten us because of the way we played.
Right.
The reason I have New England still as the best AFC team is just because I think they improved all the holes that you're concerned about. Now, I know you're saying you don't love our linebacker core. You don't really like the depth of our secondary. You didn't like those two things last year either. And honestly, they surpassed what you thought of what they'd be. Mm-hmm. I do love the signing of KJ Britt and the drafting of Gabe Akis. Or Akis. How do you say his last name, Alex? I know he's from Illinois.
I can't even pronounce his last name.
Okay. You can't, I know the J is silent.
Yeah, for the dude from Illinois.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love signing him and KJ Britt. Those two factors are going to fill up a lot more than what you think. I know Harold Landry and Robert Spillane are still the sexy monsters for the linebacking core. I know Voldemort is the nickname Spillane has from Alex, but I think those two guys right there will fill up the gaps that you're worried about, and they'll take care of the business. I know there was like one guy we lost, but I'm not too worried about him because he was coming off the bench anyways. I love the signing for Kevin Byard. I think he is going to bring a lot of more IQ that we lost. Well, obviously, we still have Christian Gonzalez. Carlton Davis wasn't the worst CB2, but he filled up the hole right. Craig Woodson showed a lot of heart in the Super Bowl and in the playoffs.
Sure.
So I'm not worried about the secondary at all. Maybe the depth, but that's
all I'm scared of. That's it.
And that was the same thing from last year. And
Sure.
you didn't like who we gave up, but I trust this coaching staff to take care of it. Zach Kerr is now the official DC. He got promoted, while the former DC who had cancer is now going to be just one of the assistant head coaches. I still think this team is solid. And like I mentioned earlier when I was talking about them, they built up the O-line, which was the major key for the whole playoffs, not just the Super Bowl, the entire playoffs. And this is obviously if everyone's healthy. If Elijah Vera Tucker can stay healthy, that man is a beast as a guard.
For sure.
I ain't going to be worried about him. And good Lord, I already forgot our fucking left tackle's name because he's giving me a bad reminder of life. There you go, Will Campbell. I almost called him Campbell Will.
Alligator arms.
Hey.
And then you move Jared Wilson off guard and you make him center. That's totally fine. That's his true position.
Yeah.
You draft with your first pick a tackle. You move up. We don't usually move up in drafts, gentlemen. We move back. We move out of the first. We don't move forward. So we actually move forward to get a guy that can replace Morgan Moses or even replace Will Campbell if we need it from the left tackle position. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just Morgan Moses. But that's what I wanted. We also get Romeo Dobbs. I don't care how much people maybe don't like or underestimate him. I think he's a solid wide receiver too. Okay, Alex, I get it. He was your enemy. But I like the Funko Pop. I think the Funko Pop did a good job for them. That team just sucks.
He's funny, man.
He's going to a better quarterback in Jake May than he had with Jordan Love.
Everybody's better than Jordan Love.
He's going to a better offensive coordinator than he had in Green Bay. So
I don't know about that, but I like
what? We're
Matt LaFleur over Josh McDaniel. That's a good debate. I'm saying it's close. You kind of just said it like it was easy.
I thought it was easy. I don't know. I guess I'm wrong.
Josh McDaniels runs 3 verticals with a 10-yard dig inside, and he calls that. And
who's gonna be doing the digs? Romeo Dobbs.
That's a good question, though. That's a good one. But let's hear this real quick from Chi-Town, because Chi-Town, you believe that the Patriots shouldn't even be in a top 5 in a power ranking, right? Could you maybe touch on that?
I said they'll probably be lower in the top, because of course you guys biased, right? Okay, we're all biased.
Well, no, I put him number 5.
Stop it.
Go ahead.
Let the teacher talk.
I'm biased too, right? I don't think the Patriots are better than the Bears. I'm just.
Well, we'll find out this season when they play each other. To be fair.
Oh man, that's gonna be a good one. I think y'all are really good though.
Yeah,
put you right next to us.
Well, because you guys made signings. Obviously, you guys made signings, but are they top tier signings? To be honest,
no. If we get AJ Brown, yes.
Well, that's an A. That's an A. But I think these signings that you guys got was like C's. You guys improved though. You know what I mean? If we were to grade them, I think they're C's, C plus.
I know.
B minus at best.
We overpaid Jamon Jones
for sure,
and like. What? The Bears, we all know they needed defense, and I think the guys that they brought in are pretty top tier in their positions, and that's why I think you know what I mean.
So you're really just pushing Chicago above New England. That's all you really care about.
Them and there's
he also said he believes the Broncos are better than Patriots, so he agree with you there.
I agree with that.
And here's why, because
on paper right now,
them bringing back Alex
Yeah,
Yes,
Singleton.
yes. He was
Singleton
when
is huge.
when
He's the man.
remember
He's the
Alex.
man.
I don't know if you remember when Trey asked what guys they should bring back that's on contract this year for Broncos. I said Singleton. I said
Yeah.
he stood out. That's right.
He's
I
the
got mine.
man. Yeah, he's the man, dude.
So I don't
Okay.
know. I mean, that's
But
just me.
I do feel, and I know he probably wasn't as impactful to y'all as it was to me. I do feel like just releasing Dre Greenlaw, just straight up releasing him was a huge mistake because this was the year that he's going to be back fully healthy, and I feel like they just let him go without even offering a trade or do anything like that. They just said fuck it.
They got
And
they got a was it a rookie? Hold on. Oh no, definitely not. Never mind.
they didn't get any. Well, one
Stronad.
if,
Yeah, I
if
forgot.
you ask Trey or any Denver Bronco fan, they didn't draft anything they really like.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard
So-
that. I heard
So I mean,
that.
I get Jalen Waddle's going to be a huge upgrade for them, right? Same way
Probably.
if AJ Brown is a huge upgrade for us.
For sure.
I just think people are also underestimating because look, the one thing that people criticize us Patriot fans, and Chad knows this too. Oh, Drake, the schedule may not Drake. Drake may Drake, the schedule may. Well, I'm sorry to remind people that the Denver Broncos had the second easiest schedule of last season, and that's why they were up there. And the only reason they got a tiebreaker is because we lost to the Raiders week 1. And if we take care of business right there, we're in first place. Now, does that mean the game in New England would be different between them with no Bo Nix? I don't know. But look, I just think we have a better structured coaching team. I think we have a better improvements overall, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna like fight y'all on it. I'll be honest, I don't know if Denver is gonna get those. I don't even know if they're gonna win the division. I still think Chargers can steal it, and we know the KC, the Chiefs did their part to try to fill in the gap to catch back up. I don't know if they will this season, but I don't know, man. I have a lot more questions about Denver than y'all do. But and Bo's leg is not sexy. It's getting ugly. It's looking like Alex Smith.
Hey,
But Chad, let me ask Chad because he hasn't been able to say anything in a while. Do you have any thoughts on our lists or any orders? Did we fuck up anywhere? In your
Yeah,
opinion, brother.
I don't know what you were thinking with the Cowboys at 10.
Yeah, please explain that. Explain that.
Yeah,
No,
please.
but top 10, not that because look, real quick. If you asked who had the best offseason, I would agree the Cowboys would be a top 10. But who would be a top 10 team? The Cowboys, I think, is absolutely crazy. I would love to hear a good defense for that.
Are we okay? Are we ignoring the fact that they went ahead and did what their job to fill in the gaps in defense like they're supposed to?
No, they didn't.
You don't think so?
No, I think they got better. What about their corner room, though? What about their corners? You like their corners? They got a great safety room. I love that.
Hold on. Just to pick what Jose just said, they got better, right? He said the same thing about the Patriots, and you're kind of on the fence, like, yeah, they did get better. That's the same thing with the Patriots, right? I mean, the Cowboys. They're maybe some of their signings were A's, some of their signings were B's, but there's definitely like you're all right. The DBs do need a lot of work,
right?
But the
they
stuff
did get better though.
They could, but I don't know who would you try to get in the free agency at corner at DB,
bro. Anybody. There's some good corners I think still out there. They I don't understand why they're sticking with Bland and
no, they're gone
from somewhere.
Isn't Bland gone?
No,
Bland's
gone.
Still there. Oh, is he? Oh, I thought
Bland's
you
still
released
there.
him. Or maybe he's a June 1st release. I don't know.
Well, that would be crazy.
I heard something about them. He's going to be released.
Well, I really hope not because I don't think he's that good, but he's better than anything else they got. And they brought somebody else over, and he wasn't good. Yeah, he was coming off of one of his worst years.
You're talking about Kobe Durant?
Yes. So no. I think their pass rush will be better. I think offensively they're going to be good for sure. But I don't like the defensive coordinator that they brought over. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's gonna do much. So,
well, he was a passing game coordinator with Philly, right? So that makes sense.
Gosh.
Look, I guess the main things that I do feel, Alex knows this, and Chad, how you feel? Caleb Downs is a huge steal.
For
There ain't no
sure.
fucking reason why he should have fallen to 11. There really wasn't. I know the corner situation is not the greatest in Dallas, but the safety issue is, I think, been fixed. Now, does it clear up the
Yeah.
whole defensive stuff? No, it doesn't. But guys, they were a powerhouse offense. They just needed like a one or two more pieces on defense.
Bro.
That's all it really. And we're talking about the NFC East. We're talking about if can Philly really repeat a third time, go in to win the division again. Like that's why they're 9-10 because there's questions on both sides. Y'all not gonna feel that great about Philly if AJ Brown leaves and then they start losing more games. You're not gonna be feeling great about them. Freaking, their exciting whites are not gonna be stopping the ball as much. Alex already thinks their DBs are overrated as fuck. I know that much.
Phillies?
Yes.
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
so I don't know. I think Dallas, with the super easy schedule, is gonna be a threatening team, and they have a better defense. I know Rashawn Gary is old as fuck. I know his back hurts as much as mine, but god damn it, that's still an improvement for this team in a lot of areas. They still got, of course, like the trade last year from Quentin Williams. We saw the key things of the defense improving last year. There's just a few things of tweaking the DBs they needed. I think Caleb Downs, the safety situation, which PJ Lock, they close it in just a little bit. They just close it a little bit, just enough for me to see threaten the Philadelphia Eagles
Man.
NFC East title run.
I gotta tell you, if you think they'll threaten Philly, I could hear a case for that. But I wouldn't even have Dallas over Detroit. I couldn't. Right? Because it's the same thing. Offense is going to be pretty freaking good. But the defense is better than Dallas's defense.
I just need to see them rehash that tackle situation, and then their secondary is just like.
I think like Detroit is probably going to be one of those teams that Dallas might look better on paper as far as record wise, because like I said, the division, like I don't think Chicago is going to win more than, I think they'll be at 10 wins or 11 wins. I don't think they're going to surpass what they did last year, because the teams that they're playing this year is a lot better. Detroit's schedule is tough. Their schedule is tough. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe the Patriots are better than the Bears this coming up year, because obviously the y'all's division isn't the hardest.
That's what I'm
just
factoring in
Buffalo.
too. That's what I'm factoring.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I guess you guys, you guys have a point there. But I think the Cowboys could be on paper better than Detroit.
Like Detroit has their opponents this year, obviously the NFC North. They have the NFC South, which I don't know. I think we're all agreeing they're going to be a lot better in the South than past years.
I think so.
Alex is favoring Carolina. Milton's favoring Atlanta. Fucking, you might get shucked with Tyler Shuck. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will still be threatening as long as Bacon has a heart and fucking his mouth is able to move. They got the AFC East. That's an easy schedule for the most part. They can go 2-2 with that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the Tennessee Titans, who some people think could steal the South. Not me. I'm not one of those people. But
whoa, somebody say that? Oh my goodness.
There's some people that think the Titans can steal the South. Well, because they ain't gonna be the Jags. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Jags.
I think the Jags really screwed up. Does everybody agree with that? I think the Jags are good, but I think this offseason they really screwed up.
They're 8-9 good.
That's hard to say, right? But maybe
it? They let Travis Etienne walk, and they let
Devin
Lloyd.
Right.
That's all I needed to know, that they suck. Their draft was as horrible. They were the second worst, right next to the Rams.
It was pretty bad. And the Rams. Oh, let's get on that. Well, no, you got the Rams.
No, I got them 3.
Oh, 3.
Yes, sir.
Can I do my top 10 things before I take off?
Oh yeah,
Go for it, brother.
So okay, I thought this segment was about picking your top 10 players and the teams that they went to. So this is my top 10. I'll give you an honorable mention. I'll give you the Mike Evans to the 49ers. Just that I can't put him at top 10 just yet, because he still has a little, like, there's questions still.
He's
Uh,
old.
yeah.
Yep.
Just say it that way, dog.
Yeah, he
Number
is.
number 10, Jaquan Brisker to the Steelers. I like that move. Uh, Number 9, y'all's new safety, Kevin Byron. The dude's still bald and he's I guess like Jose said, veteran presence in that locker room would be great. Uh, Number what am I 8?
Yeah.
Uh, Alex Singleton to he stays. Obviously, he's not a signing, but I think that's a solid free agent um, signing. I guess re-signing.
Mhm.
Number 7, Tremaine Edmonds to New England, not to the New York Giants. I'm sorry. Uh,
Wow.
Number 6, Kobe Bryant, the one that's alive, of course, to the Bears.
Wow.
You're doing former Bears and
No,
Bears players. This is crazy, Shaitel.
are those teams not where they need to
You're
be?
wild. You are crazy,
No,
bro.
no.
Continue.
Let's let him finish. I want
Continue.
to see his number
Continue.
1.
I already forgot what number I'm on.
Number 3.
5. He's up to
Number
5 now.
Uh,
3.
Kenneth Walker to Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Sure.
That running
Number
back
4, Kyler Murray.
Minnesota.
Number 3, Jaden Phillips to the Panthers. Obviously, I mean, I like their moves. Number 2, Devin Lloyd to the Panthers. And then number 1, I love this move for the team that the way they're running. I think Tyler Linderbaum to the Raiders was probably the best move because of the team he went to and the way the team's going to be constructed going into next year. And I think that's going to a lot of people are going to be hating it because of course it's probably the highest free agent signing. I think this offseason, if I'm not mistaken. But I like the moves.
From moving from one team to another, yes, the Will Anderson signing is the highest paid one with the
Yeah,
extension 50 mil a year.
Re-signing. Right. Or
Yeah.
extending.
and Milton, the ex Bears, the Steelers needed a safety. You had
No,
you
like
had
I was
Jalen.
just being
Yeah,
facetious. I'm just
hold on,
being
hold
joking.
on, hold on.
Good.
Jamal.
But they had Jalen Ramsey playing safety.
Yeah.
Yes, they needed a safety. Uh, Karen Byron, he played with Mike Rabel. I don't know if he's gonna be the coach next year. Who knows, right?
He's
Uh,
gonna be the coach.
I don't know. He might be on the boat. Jermaine Edmonds. Uh, Jermaine Edmonds. He is slower.
Yeah.
Obviously, but he could still play. He still makes tackles. The New York Giants.
If you put that one at 10, I would have felt better about it. You put it a little high for me, but that's fine.
I like because I think the New York Giants are going to be a sleeper team.
I think so.
I could agree. I could see them
think
being
so,
a
for sure.
sleeper,
One of those teams.
like 5 through 7 team. Yeah,
And
wild
then
card.
and then the Kobe Bryant move. I was mad because we let go of a bunch of DBs. But
Mhm.
if you were to sign somebody, I think that would be the best like the best signing the Bears could have made was bring him in
Yeah.
for what we lost. So
And then you drafted Dylan.
oh yeah, but
Diamond.
that was just the players. I think that
Yeah.
this
Well,
offseason.
I'm saying in general, like that's why I have them at 6 because they took care of their secondary. They took care of like the biggest, like some of the drastic things that they lost during the
And
offseason.
honestly, Kenneth Walker could probably be like top 2, maybe depending.
Oh,
How
spoiler alert! I'm drafting Kenneth Walker early in this year's draft. I'm just telling y'all right now. If y'all don't get him,
years.
I'm getting as early as I can. Whatever available, second
No,
or third
I
round.
would agree with Chi-Town, and yeah, with Kenneth Walker. I think he could be the biggest team changer.
and then
move.
Kyler Murray. I'm scared to death of Kyler Murray. He's in the division now.
Yeah, that's your boy. Now you're got to face him twice a year.
Yeah. But
But
yeah, any pushback on those?
um,
I mean, obviously the way they're ranked. I mean, I know some shouldn't be ranked higher than the other.
let me see. Let me go by what And this is just like you made a player that stayed in one spot.
Mm.
So you don't have any like value or anything for Trey Hendrickson signing to Baltimore?
Well, yeah, but I think uh, the whole thing of Max Crosby and what could have been, I think, kind of uh, left that like that sour taste. Like, well, like it was kind of weird.
Mm,
Uh, don't get me wrong. I mean, they need a player like that, but then uh, you're also banking on this guy will hit there and like it's a like if you see if he's gonna hit. I mean, he's an older player. Teams, new whole new system. Like everybody's gonna be in that like how you say like it's not that every player on that team is gonna know. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Every player is gonna be new to that system.
I get you. I mean, I still feel like it's Jesse Minter's team, but that's why I had him as a top 7 team at least. Um, but Milton, you got any pushback before he's got to hop off?
No. That was no. None on the players. No.
Okay. Chadwick, you got any pushback for any of our lists before we go into MMA talk?
No.
Dallas Cowboys was the
Any
only one
team
that
you would
irked
add?
y'all.
Yeah, Dallas was crazy still.
Yeah, Dallas was crazy. The Chiefs, low key. Patrick Mahomes coming back. I probably would have had them up there. Um,
They got Justin Fields. I feel you. Yep. Upgrade.
hell no. Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, I didn't like how you had the Eagles at 9, Jose.
Yeah, that's
Is it crazy?
What it
Is
is
it
kind of
really?
crazy.
Is it
Yeah,
really
well,
crazy?
I
Guys,
if
I
you
gotta hop
it
off.
depends how you
All right,
phrase
later,
it. Go
brother.
ahead.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Go Bears,
All right,
go
bro.
Cubs,
Later.
and I guess go Spurs. Right? Free tacos.
There you go. You got a free taco today. You're welcome.
Later.
Now, unless you're in Southwest military and you burn the damn taco palenque down. I don't know, man. I feel like with Philly, I feel like there was a lot of too much. There was more lost than gain. I know they got like a Makai Lemon. They stole it from Pittsburgh's hands, literally. I don't know, man. There's just a lot more questions with Philly. You gotta also remember too, like if we're talking about if Mike Vrabel's scandal really wasn't out right now as us Patriots fans, the whole media is still talking shit about Philly. You know, whether it's AJ Brown wanting to leave or is Jalen Hurts the team guy and all this other stuff like that. Like, and we saw how they were not the same dysfunctional team they were in 2024 or no 2023. Sorry, but they were close to that. They weren't functional on offense. The defense was the only thing caring for them, and that there was no team chemistry. One, what happens if AJ Brown is not traded to New England next month? So they're keeping them, and that drama still goes on. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts are not friends. There's no reason to have them higher than 9 because there's no validation that they're going to repeat as champions in the NFC East at this rate.
I don't know.
But
Some of that
I thought
logic.
9 was nice.
No, nine was crazy. I was thinking more like 6, 7.
Oh, you gotta go now.
7 was kind of cool for the Ravens. I can get that. But yeah, the Eagles they've already proven like with that defense, they just need something to click on offense, and they're right back in the mix. So yeah, I kind of
But
because
that's
if you use that,
that's
if
the
you use some of the
question.
logic, huh?
But that's the question, though. Like, is there gonna be? Are they gonna fix those issues? I know they switched OCs again. You know, we gotta get another OC for Jalen Hurts. But are we gonna fix that? The roster was great on paper last year. The roster is great on paper this year. Are they gonna fix those issues?
Yeah, I get that. I get that logic, but you could have used that same logic on the Cowboys because the Cowboys haven't proven anything. Yeah, they got some good talent, but are the coaches going to be able to scheme them well, or are they going to fall into the Dallas Cowboys pit that they always fall into?
But
And then they still
that's
have
why I put
the
them
big question
below
mark with the.
Sorry, that's
Huh?
why I had them below the Eagles.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
So I
Okay.
mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Philly's going to be a threat. Like on paper, if they have the right coaching, that's a monster. I'm with you there. I just don't know what I'm going to get. The fans don't like their coach. People don't like Jalen Hurts. He apparently has drama, and then AJ Brown situation. That's your three main things that should not be talked about during the offseason. Your head coach, your quarterback, and your wide receiver one. We don't need to talk about any of those. I don't know. That's just me. But who knows? This is also way too early rankings. We're talking about this early May. We're talking about this before like all OTAs, all off-season workouts go through. Who knows? Maybe early August when we're ranking quarterbacks, running backs, all that stuff. Maybe Philly looks a lot better than what we're talking about. But you know what we can talk about right now, Chad? That dirty ass Sean Strickland talking his shit to Hamza Chimaev and then get his knee caved in at the presser today. Woo. Milton, are you here? Are you here, Milton? Pressure break? Maybe? I don't know. But anyways, guys, we're gonna move on to MMA talk in just a bit. I'm just gonna wait for Milton for a little bit. Joe's in the comments. He says, "Sorry, fellas, I let y'all down today. How are we feeling about Juwan Jennings going to Minnesota?" We talked about it a little bit, Joe. Good move for Minnesota, Chad. I would say good move for them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Time will tell.
Yeah, time will
He's
tell.
like 47 years old.
Is he going to be a good wide receiver 2 behind Justin Jefferson, or are we counting him wide receiver 3 because Jordan Addison's still there?
Yeah, Addison's a good slot. I feel like he's the perfect slot for them, so that's where he's going to be slotted at. Yeah, he's probably going to be the number 2 target, but he's not going to be like, on the depth chart. I don't think he'll be number 2.
It also helps if Jordan Addison gets himself into legal troubles again. It just feels like a yearly thing at this point.
Yeah, maturity is a thing with him.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Now let's go ahead and Joe still submitted his list. I want to hear your critique about it. Okay. 1, Seattle. 2, Rams. 3, Denver. 4, Buffalo. 5, Baltimore. 6, New England. 7, Bears. 8, Philly. 9, Houston. And then 10, the Texans. I'm gonna hear from you first before I go.
Okay, yeah, I could agree with that. Yep, the Pats. I could agree with. I could see what you're saying if I hear your arguments. Bears 8, Eagles 9. Oh, Texans 9. Packers. I could agree with that. Yeah, he's not, the Packers are kind of high.
Too
but
high.
10 is always debatable, depending on his reasoning. I probably wouldn't put the. I like his list.
What did the Packers do though? What did the Packers do? They lost more than I thought than they gained. They drafted like 5 or 6 guys. So they didn't. What did they get? They died.
That's a good question. I don't know. That's something you have to ask Joe because
let me pull up their free agencies. Let me pull it up real quick. So
it's crazy.
Milton, are you alive with us, brother? I see you.
Yes, I'm here. All right. Laptop died. Sorry.
No worries. You pulled the Cody. Joe's list is on the board right now. I don't know if you can see that. He's got Seattle 1, Rams 2, Denver 3, Buffalo 4, Baltimore 5, New England 6, Chicago 7, Philly 8, Houston 9, and then the Packers at 10. I think the Packers are overrated as fuck if you have them in the top 10.
I could see an argument for Green Bay. Buffalo's so high. That's where I just don't. But if you're basing it off of Josh Allen, sure. But
he loves Josh Allen in Buffalo. He thinks they go to the Super Bowl every year. Respectfully,
right. But the whole infrastructure is changed. The head coach is gone. Like the Joe Brady stuff. Yes, he was already in house, but now he's head coach. It's totally different now. You got a new defensive scheme. Well, not scheme, but defensive coordinator. So you're gonna have to learn all that. I don't think that's all good. And defensively, they just got lesser in depth in their secondary. So I just don't understand. I don't get it. Just because Josh Allen's there. I get that, but that's it.
They got Bradley Chubb.
Exactly. But I mean, they had Joey Bosa. They're just replacing an older veteran, basically,
I know.
every time.
The Packers one I hate. I think Packers will lose. They'll be last in the division. They lost the most, in my opinion, this offseason, and they didn't gain anything back, in my opinion.
Oh, what about defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon? That's a huge gain. I think he's better than Jeff Halfley.
All right, but your defense still got gutted because you're paying so much to other guys. They lost a lot more than anything, in my opinion. I mean, when you lose a Quay Walker, it's not an easy. That's not an easy thing, and then you don't really get anything back in the draft. So I don't know. I feel like they overall lost more than they gained.
Well, they needed depth on the secondary, and they added that. So you got to give them that. If Jordan Love's gonna be healthy, unless you think like us, that Jordan Love's not. If you think Jordan Love is good or a top 12, top 13 quarterback, which a lot of people do, not me, not you, Jose. I don't know about you, Chad. Then I could see the argument because everything basically is almost staying the same, except I think they're upgrading in their defensive play caller and Jonathan Gannon.
I mean, they got Zaire Franklin. Yeah,
I think that's a good move because adding him with Edgerrin James, that's a good combination as far as linebacking core, especially with the Jonathan Gannon kind of defense. But I don't think so, obviously, that they're top 10, but I could see the argument for Green Bay. It's just Buffalo kills me.
You mean
Everything
Adrian
else,
Cooper?
I mean, I could see it.
You mean Adrian Cooper?
Adrian Cooper. Who did I say? James?
Yeah.
Running back. Sorry. Sorry.
I was like, are we in the right position? It's all right.
Oh, goodness gracious. Dude.
I know I've made that mistake several times, brother. Don't worry about that.
Sorry about that.
For Lakers and OKC fans, the Lakers are up by 1.5. But nonetheless,
Hey,
Joe, thank you for
Heat playing. Are the Heat playing?
Who?
The Heat.
Damn, we got awkward here. I feel like Charles Barkley and Draymond Green all over again. Holy shit.
Oh, man. I wish I watched basketball. So I could really let you have it right now.
I wish this was more like the Hamza Chimaev, Sean Strickland press conference.
Let's do this. Yeah. Well, no, it's nothing like that. That was crazy. That was crazy.
The words were said. The actions taken. Wow. They really couldn't have them sit close to each other. They know was not prepared for at all for the situation that happened.
Absolutely not. Well, let's talk about it. Newark, UFC 328, right?
Yes, sir. Newark, New Jersey. Prudential Center. This Saturday. Prudential. Puda. This Saturday. UFC 328 on Paramount Plus. It is the middleweight champion of the world, Hamza Chimaev, taking on the former middleweight champion of the world and future incarcerated Sean Strickland.
Dang. Oh, like over under in 5 years.
Let's go. He's got the BJ Penn trajectory. Let's say over. Let's be nice. Let's say over.
Damn, BJ. All right. Jesus. Whoa. Oh yeah, Hamzat and Strickland, your traditional striker versus grappler matchup, just with extra bad blood. I don't know how you fellas feel, but I think everybody kind of is in agreement on the winner. Are y'all part of? Let's not say y'all part of that, but y'all understand why Hamzat is the huge favorite he is. I don't know odds wise what he is, but I'm pretty sure he's like at least a minus 400.
I thought I last heard like Strickland was like a plus 400, so it wasn't close. I don't have the odds up for me right now. If it's somebody wants to pull it up, I just think right now the situation we're in is one. I think we're just happy to see Hamzat in the cage again. You know, it's very rare to see him fight. So when we can get him healthy, that's great. Milton this is one of the reasons why you wanted Strickland on the UFC White House card, because he'll get the press conference going.
For sure.
And man, not even if you count today's press conference, just the media talks he's had all week, just lets you know what kind of environment, what kind of situation we're going to be in for. I don't think anyone is safe, respectfully. I don't know if this is Habib Connor levels yet, where we're gonna have a dolly thrown at a bus or anything like that, but I feel like we're getting there. Shoot, Hamzat already threw the first kick.
Yeah, but that's Dana. I get Dana has to do what he has to do, but you can't let them get close while they're talking their talk. Somebody's gonna do something. We've already seen Hamzat. Like, that's like putting Armin and a guy that was talking all this yada yada right in front of him. What is Armin gonna do? You know what he's gonna do. So I think that was, yeah, that could have ended way worse. Because I don't know where the kick landed. Did y'all see where the kick landed?
I think it was a knee.
That could have been way
I said
worse.
earlier that could have caved in. Oblique kick right away. Bam.
See, yeah, no. But no, Habib and Connor, that was the momentum and how long that talk went. Yeah, that was different. I don't think it'll be like that.
I'm looking at the video right now. I'm trying to see exactly. Oh, yep, it's right above the knee. I'm sharing the video right now with y'all.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna share it with y'all right now because that did not look pretty.
On the UFC website, Hamzat's a -575. So,
God,
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I knew it was going to be something like
that. Obviously, I cannot. I'm not trying to include audio. Oh God, because my ears are gonna hurt. So here, I'm gonna wait for it to restart. It's about to right now in a bit. So look at his foot and look at Strickland's knee. Don't worry, the captions will be gone by the time the kick goes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, it's just a straight on kick. Damn.
Yeah. Nice little teep.
Right there, right above. It looks like right above the knee,
Yeah.
like just enough to make it cave in. Hyperextension.
Yeah, that's not even like professional fight decor. That's more. I want you to get
I
hurt.
want you to suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's it. That is a bit different. I will give you that. But Hamzat and Strickland, fellas, let's break it down. What's up? Hamzat, obviously we already know he's the boogeyman, and Sean Strickland he wants to be America's hero, but he's just not. But he wants to be America's hero. I think it's just breaking down the fight is just gonna be obvious. Oh, Hamzat has to take down Strickland, do what he does, and probably try to submit him or overwhelm him, which is gonna be hard to overwhelm him. So submission. Strickland has to constantly be able to get up and not do the DDP route, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, is there anything else when it comes to breaking down two fighting specifically? Any other added things that y'all want to add?
Yeah, I think just looking at the press conference, if we look at like the last, let's just say 5 press conferences, Chimaev was at, it was nothing like this. So I hope he doesn't take that into the fight, the emotion, and he starts to fight emotional, because Sean will stay composed and beat his ass. But if he sticks to his game plan and does what he needs to do, I don't see a way for Sean to win this at all.
So I think I'm gonna lean towards what you're saying, Chad. I think what Strickland is doing is prepping Hamzat mentality for the cage. I think he's trying to bait him into stand and bang. Now, obviously, I think the intensity that Hamzat brings will still take care of Strickland respectfully. And I know he's been training with Pereira, and his stand-up's not the worst thing. It's just, it ain't the most exciting thing when he's not engaged. And he's just backing up, pat-footed. But if he can stay standing, if he can get Hamzat to really get pissed off to the point where he doesn't want to try to take him down, because we saw from the DDP fight, Strickland's going to get to drown easily. His butt's going to hit the floor right away. There ain't a doubt about how many times it's going to happen.
Hamzat's going to get him down. Right?
Yeah, he's going to take him down at will. It's just that can Strickland frustrate him enough Can he say enough shit about his religion? Can he say enough shit about his family? Can he say how he's a pussy and he can't fight one on one? He needs 30 people to show up while he shows up by himself. Can he get into Hamzat's head enough to where Hamzat just says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna beat you your way." He's got like Bilal, right? I'm gonna beat you standing up. I'm like Canelo hands. Can he frustrate him enough to keep it standing? If he can, that makes it a more exciting fight because that's where it becomes a little more unpredictable. If he doesn't get into Hamzat's head and Hamzat stays calm, cool, and collected, like I would assume we all believe, he is gonna take the motherfucker down in less than 5 seconds. And he's gonna have his way hurting him. And he's not gonna look for a submission. He's not gonna look for a TKO. He wants to hurt him for a full 25 minutes. But if somehow, some way, Strickland can bait him to standing up, not in the first round, but maybe in the later rounds, then maybe he gets TKO by Hamzat. Yeah.
So is this a hot take? I think even striking, like, don't get me wrong, you have to mix it up, but Hamzat, not saying he's the better striker, but he definitely has the more punching power than Strickland. So that overall makes him more dangerous anywhere than Strickland. I think Laura Senko said it best. She said he's like a death by 1,000 paper cuts. That's Strickland, right? And that makes sense. But when it comes to the more dangerous fighter, it's Hamzat, even on the feet. Y'all think that's a hot take?
Yeah, I think that's a hot take. Just because when you look at the actual fighter, Strickland doesn't get hit a lot, man. So
that's
yeah,
true,
he's gonna be trying to throw haymakers, but are they gonna land?
Strickland's not gonna do that. He's gonna be scared of the takedown. And what happens? We've seen it. I told y'all with Islam and Dustin, what was gonna happen? If anybody's scared of getting taken down, you're more defensive that way. You're not defensive striking. And Hamzat has power. Like he put out Jared Mershark, that ain't nobody. But I'm just saying, if he catches you slipping, he definitely has power. And I think Strickland is going to be trying not to get taken down, where he's going to be vulnerable in both positions. Because if he thinks he's just going to haymaker Hamzat, I mean, we know what that's going to detail.
I mean, I'll agree with you, Milton, that if, like I said, if the game plan sticks, if Hamzat sticks it to what he wants and how he controls the field, I mean, Hamzat will take him down, frustrate him, and then by round 4, he's like, all right, I'll stand with you for a few minutes. And Strickland will be so afraid of the situation where he doesn't want to get taken down again, right? His only way of victory will be knockout if he possibly can. But it'll leave him nervous, like Dustin, like everyone else like Connor. Everyone said, "Oh man, Khabib's a better striker than Connor after the fight." But we all know,
right?
If Connor was just not trying to get taken down again, so he'll allow himself
to
get
even close
punked. Yeah. So I think that's going to be the situation. Now we can just go into predictions now. I don't think we need to really go forward as much with this storyline. The storyline writes itself. They sold the tickets. Their beef, their history has sold the tickets. If you've gone to New Jersey and you haven't bought a ticket, then I don't know what to tell you. But they sold everyone else. I have Hamzat Chimaev wanting to dog walk him for 25 minutes straight. He doesn't want a submission. He doesn't want the TKO. He wants to punish. 25 minutes, unanimous decision. Let's go with a nice scorecard of 50-43.
Damn, 54.
That's kind of disrespectful.
That's where Chimaev goes. He's going to go for the disrespect the whole fight. 50-43.
Okay,
that's my scorecard.
I like that. I actually like that ticket. That's consistent. Okay, well, I got Hamzat by submission. Round 4. It's going to be towards the end where Sean Strickland's going to have to take a chance. And he will take a chance. He's not going to do DDP and just stay down there until the 5th round. He ain't going to do that. So I think 3rd, but I'm going to just say 4th. Submission. Hamzat.
Yeah, I agree with most of what Milton was just saying. But I'm not going to be as nice. Give me a submission round 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just think he wants to kill him, bro. Honestly, I just honestly think he wants to kill him. So, like he said in the press conference, he's going to try to choke his neck.
I think he's gonna
Whatever
choke
that
him and
means.
then let go when he feels it, and then do it again. And
Mm.
he's just gonna keep going and going and going.
I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna do one of those. He's gonna break one of those rules that you don't break in professional MMA or even just sport, where he. I think Strickland is gonna go out. He's not gonna tap. He's gonna go out, or he's gonna tap too late, and Hamzat's gonna keep the choke.
Keep choking.
He
Yeah.
ain't gonna kill him, but it's gonna be look
Yeah.
very bad. It's gonna look very bad.
I
That's
think
what
I
I
think I think Strickland's gonna get this figured. I think he's not gonna be able to fight again until summer of next year.
Hey,
I think that's how badly Hamzat's going for. But that's just me.
y'all mentioned Chad. You started it, and then I'll say you engaged with it. But the whole emotional approach. Obviously, I agree. If Hamzat does that, yeah. But I was thinking the same thing until I watched them interact, and Sean Strickland looks freaking bothered. He's bothered.
Oh yeah,
He's not playing.
He was
Yeah.
stumbling through his words. He couldn't
Yeah,
come up
he's
with shit
bothered,
to
bro.
talk back.
He's,
Yeah,
Hamzat pisses him off.
I'm saying
Like,
he's
for sure.
trying. I'm saying he's trying. To
Yeah,
get
sure. I bet you that might have been the game plan,
but I
that
don't feel
failed
like he succeeded at all.
It's backfiring. Yeah.
Bro,
It's backfiring, I think.
the second Hamzat said, "I'm gonna fuck you up like your daddy fucked you,"
Yeah.
it's fucking wild.
He got
Look,
quiet.
He's crying.
He got
He's
quiet.
crying. Look.
He said, Strickland came back with, "You're talking about child abuse, bitch. You talking about a lot of shit. I know the shit you went through, but you go low enough. Like,
Exactly,
Yeah.
man.
you ain't
Can't
want
do-
to talk.
You can't play both sides. Yeah, you're part of that. All right, you part of it, bro. Come
Nah,
on.
you brought up religion, you brought up family. You knew exactly what tried to hurt Hamzat. No, DDP did it to you. Then you should know. You're in the fight game. You ain't. If you're gonna go low, they'll go lower. Trust me. Like, no,
Right.
it's just
Is Chimaev from? Is Chechnya? Is that Russia?
Chechnya is like its own kind of republic, but it's basically Russia. Yeah,
yeah.
but it's
Okay.
not Dagestan for all the freaking casuals.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, because Strickland was
like,
like, go talk to Putin, and Chimaev was just like, what?
Strickland's stupid. Yeah, exactly. He's stupid. Strickland
so
trying to be America's guy. He's not.
so
Not informed.
what is Chechnya? I'm trying to make sure that I got it right. So it is in Russia, but it's in the region of North Caucasus. I'm trying not to butcher that, but I'm pretty sure I did. So it is like southwestern Russia. It's one of the nearest ones to like Europe and shit like that. So I mean, it's not Dagestan. Someone I remember someone in media asked Hamza, "Hey, so how do you feel about 2-3 years of Dagestan?" He's like, "Bitch, I'm from Chechen."
Like, who's raising? Who is allowing this journalist to be a journalist? That's so crazy.
Dana White, because
You're
they
an MMA.
they want lay up stupid questions. That's why they don't want Lou Thomas and Ariel Hawani there.
That was just terrible. I saw it. Yeah, that sucked. But what about Joshua Van? Another title shot. Joshua Van going up against Taisuda Taira. I think Taira. I can't believe this. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but last time I saw, Taira's the favorite. I don't know why I didn't expect that.
You didn't expect that?
No, I thought Joshua Van would be the favorite.
No,
he's like
it's because everyone doesn't know that the greatest flyweight champion of all time. They don't like the way he won. They don't like the way he celebrated. So they don't think he's a reasonable champion.
Okay.
So it's a lot of Tyra fans now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, okay, I could see that.
I was reading a post on Reddit, right, and it was a lot of people just like they were just riding Tyra. So they were like saying he's the best grappler in MMA, and I was trying to figure out why, but supposedly the whole thread thought it.
No, maybe in the flyweight division for sure. He's I think probably the best grappler in the flyweight division. I would think.
No, they were saying in MMA, bro.
MMA?
It's kind of blowing my mind. I should have said
that's a stretch, I think.
So just to compare, in DraftKings, Hamza Chimaev is minus 575 to Strickland's 425. With the flyweight title, Tyra's the favorite minus 162 to Josh Van's plus 136. So it's not the furthest thing. They're actually still pretty close. Respect.
No, for sure. But I just really thought, but that makes sense. Like the way he celebrated, that did bring a lot of bad taste in people's mouth, and I get why it did. But still, I mean, the skills. Everybody was putting him as like, oh, he's this young talent. He's going to probably take over the division. I thought he was too early, but
I mean, fight of the year, right? 4-0. Took out
right.
Pantoja in the first round.
Well,
30,
no,
in 30 seconds, you know.
you can't. Okay, Jose, you're leaving a lot out. You're leaving a lot out. You took him out. Yeah, pop his arm out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Who walked
I love that.
walked out champion? Who walked to the hospital? I'm
Okay,
just
sure.
saying.
But Taisuda Taira, I think his grappling should not be overlooked. I do respect his grappling. And
Yeah.
I do think Joshua Van is susceptible to grapplers. Like we can't forget Joshua Van got KO'd by Charles Johnson. And I'm not trying to bring up his past for negative, but he's still young in his career, in his MMA career, especially at this level. So up against a guy in Taisuda Taira, I think if he can't stop the takedowns, a simple breakdown, he's gonna be toast.
Yeah.
But eventually he's gonna get Taisuda Taira's back control is disgusting. As once his hooks are in his body triangle, Joshua Van's not gonna get up for the round or get submitted. But Taisuda Taira on the feet, I think he will try to stand too long with Joshua Van, and that's where that can pose a lot of problems. Because if you're grappling from a defensive position because you're desperate, that's totally different. But fellas, how would y'all break down maybe either perspective or the fight in general?
Well, I'll let Chad go next, but the only thing I want to hit you with real quick before I forget, because it's more if I forget. If we're gonna go by recency losses, like Josh Van losing to Charles Johnson, well, Joshua Van also outstruck the man that just recently beat Tyra, and that's Brendan Royval. So I just want to throw that out there. If we're talking about recency stuff, or Tyra couldn't get the job done with Royval.
Yeah, because he
Joshua Van
stood too
did.
long, right?
And that's what I'm saying. You get in a bad habit, so
Right.
throw it out there. You know?
I'm hoping he learned from it. That's the thing. But
I'll let Chad go next. I'll let Chad go.
Yeah, as far as the fight, I kind of agree with Milton. I think he'll stand too long, right? Joshua Van, I think he's just too quick, and he hits pretty hard. If we're not looking at that Raval fight, I mean, Raval just took some crazy shots, but I think he'll overwhelm him with volume, and he'll be defensive. So his shoots and his grappling exchanges, they're gonna, like Milton said, they're kind of gonna be on the defense. He's gonna be moving back, and he's not gonna be able to attack how he wants to unless Joshua Van just gives him an avenue to attack him. But I don't think Joshua Van does that. But damn, if he gets a hold of him, his submission game is good. He has good ground and pound. We've seen that in the Brandon Moreno fight. Yeah, man, it's a tough fight for sure. But I think Joshua Van leads with the volume. He leads with the feet. I think he even has the ability to keep his hands a little lower than usual, so to prevent that takedown. But he's just gonna have to watch out for for Tyro's grapple entries, because he might not try to get a conventional one leg or two leg takedown. You know, he's gonna try to grapple and get to his back and try to get him on the ground that way.
Yeah. I think this is a situation where I am worried that Joshua Van's youthfulness and his young ego can get the best of him. He didn't have obviously a barn burner or anything that with Pantoja. The fight lasted 25 seconds, so he didn't get any real experience out of that fight.
No.
What needs to come out of his camp is how to stay disciplined, how to stay humble. He still has to now go out there and prove that he's a champion to everyone. He might feel he's a champion to himself, to his camp, to his family, whatever. But now you have to become the champion to the people. Can you do that with your first title offense? Your first title offense is luckily not against Pantoja. that he'll be later, probably in the summer. Or late summer, probably September or something like that, October. But you have a big test in front of you. You have a guy that's not going to just try to stand bang with you the whole way. He has the skills to take you to the ground. He has the skills to take your back, as y'all both have mentioned. He has skills to make sure that you have the worst night of your life. This is where the training, your and we know how everyone feels about different levels of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is where your blue belt needs to really come in. Is it the true blue belt? We don't know. Well, we're going to find out on Saturday.
Is that what Joshua Vance said he is?
No, that's what his rank is, and it's a blue belt as of right
Blue
now.
belt?
Yeah.
Ah, shoot. Hey, man. If Tyra has a good game plan, Van's done. He's going to get choked.
Not the purple belt.
Purple belt's a bit better. You could
it's a nice darker shade. Yeah, you're right.
Much better defensive. But I don't know if y'all want to talk about Volkov and Waldo. I really don't. But it's up to you, Jose.
It's a heavyweight fight.
It's let's well, first, Tai Tuivasa, I hope you're gonna retire. I hope you leave.
No,
you've lost like 6 or 7 in a row, even this past weekend. You got to go, my brother. I only say that because we're trying to save the heavyweight division. And honestly, I know as much as Milton says he doesn't want to talk about it, maybe because the heavyweight division is dying. These two guys are, at least in recent memory, are trying to keep the division alive. They're trying to go out there. Cortez Acosta is doing everything he can to get a fight with Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight title. He is doing the Juliana Pena way of talking, but at least he's fighting more to try to get himself into title picture contention. We know Volkov should have actually gotten the win with Surgan and actually gotten a title shot, but they robbed him. So we know that he is still trying to put in a strong effort, even in his late age, as a heavyweight. So it's a heavyweight fight. It's unpredictable. Did we even make a guess of who we think was going to win the flyweight title, by the way?
Nope.
Okay. We'll go back to it, but I still think Cortez Acosta will find a way to get himself to a title. He's talked his way. He's fought his way. I hope he calls out Aspinall again after this fight just so he can have more fun and shit. But he is backing it up, and that's what we need right now to talk and walk the walk in the heavyweight division. Give me Waldo Cortez Acosta to win this fight. Volkov is tough. I'll just go 3-round decision.
Yeah, I think it's got to be. I think it's a decision. That's why I don't want to. Because a heavyweight decision could sometimes drag. Say that, but I probably would agree. Waldo is just gonna do more than Volkov. Volkov every now and again. If he just did more, Volkov I think could easily be the top contender, not for Tom Aspinall, but anybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Waldo's just gonna do more in this matchup. Not really looking forward to watching it.
Well, you'll be your bathroom break.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go against the grain here.
Nice.
Give me Volkov for a second round finish. He's the vet in this fight. I feel like he knows what to do to keep Acosta off of him. Use his range, use his length, and try to dispute the takedowns that Costa is definitely going to bring because Costa is going to bring because Volkov his reach is going to be much longer. So I feel like he can find a way to keep him off of him and honestly find a finish.
This is Volkov's 51st fight.
Man, top level stuff.
We're talking about pro. I'm not talking about amateur included. I'm talking about just pro fights.
Bro, Volkov is I really hope he wins this fight and they just give him a shot.
It'd be nice, honestly.
Yeah.
Just for his legacy.
He got robbed.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, that really pisses me off every time looking back at that. That's crazy. It was blatant.
Mm-hmm. No. But let's go and do our official predictions for Van and Tyra. Guys, it might surprise you, but I believe the greatest flyweight champion of all time will retain his title. Uh,
Oh, okay.
I do have him, oddly enough, with a interesting second round knockout performance
Okay.
of the night. He knocks out Tyra. I know it's hard to say, right? Flyweight divisions don't knock out early. Well, Joshua
Mhm.
Van will prove y'all wrong.
Well, I mean, I got Joshua Van winning, so he's not going to prove me wrong. So I think Joshua Van. Okay, well, let me just say, I got Joshua Van winning, and I'm thinking it will be more of a third round, no, a fifth round TKO
This man
against
jumped
Joseph
everywhere
Tyra.
with that shit.
I don't want to say fourth again because I'm like fifth round. I think Tyra is the better MMA fighter, 100%. But I think Tyra is going to stand way too long, and Joshua Van's gonna get way too much ahead. And yeah, it's gonna become desperate grappling, and that's not what Tyra's good at. That's what went well with Royval. Royval's a high level black belt, so that's where that went wrong. And he's big, and he's bigger than him. So with Joshua Van, Tyra they're about the same size. Joshua Van's not that much bigger than him whatsoever compared to Brandon Royval. Uh, but Tyra is not going to fight smart, in my opinion. So I'm picking Joshua Van.
All
TKO
right.
50. Go ahead, Chad.
Yeah, give me Joshua Van as well. I go a fourth round. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a TKO. I think he's not gonna be able to get it done on the feet, and the takedown is gonna present itself somehow, whether it's a reversal, trip, or something. And yeah, he gets down there and ground and pounds him. He's gonna be worn out because, like Mr. saying, I think he's just gonna stand too long, and he's not gonna be able to find that entry that he's looking for.
Hmm.
And yeah, Joshua Benz is gonna take it from him.
You hear that, Tatsuro? You ain't doing nothing. Not against the greatest flyweight champion of all time. You ain't never gonna do nothing, Tatsuro. Nada.
I would say I can't wait till Pantoja is back, but with his age too, it's just such a bad position for him. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Honestly,
We'll
I can see them saving him to October. You know, one of those like fall fights, just to like
Mhm.
because we don't know how long this fight's gonna be, and then Vetton's like, I can coast for a while. You know, I fought 4 times last year. You know, I'm a little
Yeah,
tired.
sure,
You
sure.
know, but all right, we got 3 fights down. We got 2 more to go, guys. I think this next one's an exciting fight.
Yeah, huge.
Sean Brady taking on Joaquin Buckley. Now, 2 guys that are trying to stay at top 10, but that's what they'll be. Top 10 guys for a good minute. And they'll be good there to entertain the hell out of us. They'll be the gatekeepers of the division. But man, what a nice fight between Brady versus Buckley. I think we're in for an interesting finish. I don't think this is going to be a fight that goes all 3 rounds. I think we're going to have an exciting finish, and maybe one guy trying, and I do mean trying, find his way into the UFC White House card, even though it's a month away.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with it. I bet. I bet. Yeah, that two interesting styles. Both of them was completely opposite. Brady, the jujitsu wizard, wrestling. He's very good at his offensive wrestling as well. His hands absolutely suck, and he does. It seems like he doesn't have a chin, so that's not good either. But Buckley seems to have a chin, have destructive power, have good grappling in his own right, but his defensive grappling seems to have holes, and he will willingly just sit and guard in certain positions. But his IQ also sometimes slips up. So I think both of these guys are, like you said, Osei, obviously top 10 level. So that produces excitement. But also, I think where you're hinting at, I do believe their skill sets are limited. But nonetheless, the scrap should be very entertaining, no matter which way it goes, because Brady's not a wet blanket. He is a guy that pursues for the finish, even in his grappling. Buckley definitely is not going to just be a wet blanket. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic matchup. It means a lot for the division. It should be a great scrap.
And for Chad, How are you feeling about this
Yeah,
fight, man?
yeah. So I agree with some of what both of you guys said. Um, I really liked how Buckley approached the media day this week. I just feel like he's dialed in, he's locked in, he learned a lot from the last loss. Um, Brady, I can't really say the same. He just quit. I mean, he was getting his ass whooped, but hey. Um, and then yeah, I don't. He got his ass whooped by Bilal too. So I honestly don't know what he's doing or what his trajectory is. But yeah, I just feel like this is a fight for Buckley to win. Um, simply because he was on this nice little win streak. He had a 6 fight win streak with like 4 knockouts, I believe.
Correct. That is
And
correct.
Usman, I feel like he underestimated Usman. He thought his knees were going to give out or something. He
Right.
was talking about it a lot. And yeah, he just went in there and got his IQ. He got out IQ'd,
Yep.
and he got taken down like it was nothing. I mean, we know Kamaru Usman has a will like no other, but so does Buckley. But his IQ suffered a lot that fight, and so I feel like this week he's dialed in and he's locked in. And I think it's going to be a bad night for Sean Brady, for the simple fact that his stand up is ass.
Yeah.
I felt like if Sean Brady was in the right mindset, this is his fight to lose, right? Like, because we know, like you said, Buckley underestimated, disrespected everything that was old man Kamaru Usman, and he got taken down at will. He got beat up. I think if Sean Brady, because I feel like he went on being undefeated for so long for him, right? He was 15-0 before Bilal knocked him out, and then obviously Michael Morales did return the favor a few years later. I don't know if Sean Brady really feels like he's in the position where he is really in title contention, right? When you're 15-0, you feel like you're title contention.
Right.
You're feeling the confidence, you're feeling the heat. And I don't know if he takes loss well. Joaquin Buckley is not a guy that's won all his fights. He's a guy who's lost plenty, but he comes back better than he did before. Sean Brady, I know he went on a 3-win streak after losing to Bilal. I don't necessarily think he got better after that fight. And then obviously Michael Morales did what he did to him. Buckley has gotten better. He learns from his L's, right? That's one of the key valuable things when you're a fighter, when you're just an athlete in general. You need to come in. If you lose, learn from it. Don't just take it as a loss and then stay stagnant. Learn from it, adapt, get better. I think Buckley does that a lot better than Brady does.
For
So
sure.
when we look at this fight and we look at the styles, I think we're gonna see another repeated first round knockout, gentlemen.
Okay. Well,
Damn.
I agree with both of y'all. And also, the only thing I want to add is Buckley, we remember, was coming from middleweight. So even though Sean Brady's ace is grappling, it's going to be pretty hard to control and grapple Joaquin Buckley. Is how big he really is.
Yeah, Buckley walks
Sean
around
Brady's
probably
a big
about
guy,
198, like about 197, 198, like after
right?
rehydrated.
So
So
I do think Sean Brady's a big guy as well. Huge, yeah, I understand, but Buckley is going to be a big problem in that aspect where the power dynamic on the feet is just going to be too much. So we all agree, I think, that it's going to be a finish, but who's going to finish who?
I got Buckley taking out Brady in the late first round.
Okay. I got Buckley a finish also in the first round.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Brady somehow he outlasts the first round to get saved by the bell. And yeah, Buckley finishes it in the second round, early second.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a good fight while it lasts. It's gonna be a good fight while it lasts.
we'll get a
I think it'll
finish
be-
because I think two of the last three fights are decisions. So we need some finishes at
Yeah.
before that.
Right.
Agree.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, gentlemen, opening the main card, it is the infamous, the greatest Bobby Green. Sorry, I never called another man king. There's only one king of kings out there. All right. So Bobby Green is taking on My goodness. Is this right, gentlemen? Is this right? Are we seeing the return of
Yes.
Jeremy the Hand Stevens?
Man, he must have a great relationship with the UFC because he just
Oh, for sure. Well, he got
boomed these.
popular again with the bare
Yeah,
knuckle. Yeah.
yeah.
He went 3-1 in bare knuckle boxing, and the popularity was great. He beat Jimmy Rivera. He took out Eddie Alvarez before Mike Perry retired him from bare knuckle. But the
Yeah.
but the 29-22 no contest, Jeremy Stevens is back in the cage to open up the main card against, what is his record? It is 34-17, one draw and one no contest. Bobby Green. Wow. These are fighters
Yeah.
that have been here since the mid to late 2000s. And wow, gentlemen. Wow. Talk about a blast from the past type of fight. How do we
Right.
feel about
For
this
sure.
opening the card? Do we feel
It's
I
a
think
good
it's a
anything?
good
barn burner.
opener, fellas, right?
Yeah, it's a good barn burner to open the card up. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh man.
You still with us?
I heard you went through his mic.
Hmm.
Well, that is interesting. All right, so Jeremy Stevens
Yeah,
hasn't
it's.
won MMA fight in 4
Oh my god.
years. If you want to count, I guess as bare knuckle fighting, it's been a lot recent, thankfully. But as far as MMA, Chad, did you know he is 1-9, 1-8 no contest in his last 10 fights?
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, that's insane. He's lost a lot of fights, man. Somehow the UFC just keeps bringing him back though. And I don't. Yeah, y'all on this panel, y'all know how I feel about old motherfuckers fighting. And here we go again. We got two 40-year-olds fighting. It's going to be all hands too, all hands. It's not really going to be much of an MMA fight unless Jeremy Stevens gets smart and try to have some IQ. But I think I think he's trying to get as much as fans as he can before he goes. So I don't think he's going to use his wrestling at all. This is going to be a straight bar burner.
Yep.
It's going to be a good fight.
Surprisingly, two 39-year-olds right there at 40.
Yeah.
Definitely going at it. It is insane. At least Bobby's winning fights recently. That's one of the things that keeps him around. Jeremy, oh God, Milton is definitely having those technical difficulties right now. I don't know, man. I agree with you with the old man fighting. At least they're fighting each other, not other, younger
Yeah.
men. So that is one thing, but man, I don't know. I mean, let's look at the rest of this card. Is there anything on the card that's on the prelim that you would have replaced it with? Because I feel like they're only there because those are recognizable names for hardcore UFC fans. They're not even for the casuals. Those are just for that fight right there is for the hardcore fans. It's not for the casuals.
Yeah, it's 100% for the casuals because it's going to be a barn burner. It's what all the casuals want to see, and it's going to be opening up the card.
Man, not
Like
gonna go
I see
down.
why it's there. I 100% see why it's there. But just looking at the card, Roman Kopylov and Tulio, they could have been they could have been on that slot.
That's
You
why
got Pat Sabatini and Will Gomez. They could have been in that slot, and that's on the early prelims. And then you obviously have Atiba Gutierrez. That's going to probably be a knockout, so that could have been on that slot too. But I mean, I understand why. They probably have like the biggest fan bases out of everybody else on the prelims and the early prelims, so it makes sense.
I'd say Milton, are you there with us? But I don't know if he knows if he's here with us.
Milton.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can
I
you hear
can't
us?
y'all. Okay.
Okay.
This is getting weird. Sorry. Okay.
He forgot his
Yeah, that's
laptop
what happened to me
charger.
earlier. That's why I had to leave and rejoin. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I think his is that I don't know why. I can't explain. He went to his phone, so I don't know what his phone is doing to him.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I don't know what more to say about this fight. That we're just happy to be here. I can say we've seen these guys fight in the UFC since the 2010s.
Since Strike Force days.
Oh man, not the good old Strike Force. Oh God, you're right. That's how far back we're talking about.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Milton, are you here?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Okay. Well, I can't hear you guys still.
What about the settings? Make sure it's the phone. Phone settings. Phone settings.
Phone settings.
Hey, cool. You was able to read the lips.
No. Sorry. What is going on?
Oh man. All right. So do you have a winner for this fight, Chad, at least?
For the old nigga fight? Yeah. Give me Bobby Green by knockout, obviously. Let me say round 2.
Now he just ruined the whole thing. All right.
Get out of here.
So Jesus.
Yeah, give me Bobby Green round 2 knockout. It's gonna be a scrap wide last.
I don't even think it goes that far. Give me first round under 3 minutes.
Oh my God. I think Jeremy Stevens is kind of tough, no? Yeah, I think he
It's
can
not that he's
outlast a little
not
bit.
tough. I just don't know how I know the gloves are not bare knuckle or anything. I just don't know how much he can handle anymore, man.
Yeah, true.
The last time we saw him was that fight with Mike Perry, and Mike Perry was killing him for all 5 rounds.
That was a terrible fight, man. He should have never took that. That was literally for the fans. He's trying to just gain fandom. And
I still
he got
can't
his
hear
ass
y'all.
whooped.
This is crazy, man. I don't know what's going on with my phone, dude. I'm sorry.
Settings, audio settings, audio. Audio.
Audio. Here you guys see if it's an audio. Edit mic settings. Man, it's not working. Oh, this sucks.
Oh shit. Well, all right. Well, okay. Well, I don't know what he'd say. I'm pretty sure he probably picked Bobby Green too. You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
For Milton's official prediction and Jeremy Stevens, 3rd round TKO. Let's just go. That's the official Milton prediction. I don't care if he agrees with it or not later on, but let's go with it. I mean, it'd be funny if Jeremy Stevens does win, right? We've seen stranger things happen in the UFC. What was it? Who just retired recently and they won their last fight and they probably shouldn't have?
Are you talking about Cubs, not Cubs Swanson?
Cub Swanson. Yeah. He just won his latest fight recently.
Wait, who do you think retired?
He did.
Bobby?
No. I'm saying. Well, I'm saying we've seen miracles happen for guys who are retiring.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, not Jeremy's not going to retire, but he might have.
I hope so.
He might win. It'll be his last win ever. I don't know. He's one of those guys that doesn't seem like they'll know what to do after the fighting, so they're just going to keep fighting forever.
Yeah, that's what I think he's trying to gain fans so he can somehow start a business. But yeah, it's looking like it's too late for him.
Oh damn! He came back in with his prediction: Green by TKO 2nd round. Damn it! You should have just left it with the TKO. Official. I guess I gave you Stevens TKO 3rd round. Stevens TKO 3rd round. Milton's official pick. Like well, guys, thank y'all for watching. I think we're gonna close out here. Stay safe. Enjoy everything. Enjoy the playoffs. Game 3 for Spurs and Minnesota's tomorrow, as well as Knicks and Sixers. UFC 328 gonna be a fun thing. Hey, okay, let me ask you this, Chad, before we close. Do Hamzat's buddies jump the cage and jump Strickland like Habib's friends did for Connor?
Man, it's a possibility. It's if he's still yapping, like if he's not just laid out and he's still yapping, it's a possibility. Even like his whole corner, everybody they come off the front row and just stomp his ass out. And them Chechnya, man, them Chechnya dudes, they're tough. Like you see, they had 5 officers just to
Oh,
stop Chimaev. Like they're tough, bro.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. Milton's out there. He says the Joel Alvarez fight is fire against Yaroslav Almosov. I want to make sure I got that right.
See that? Of course, it's a Russian.
Yeah, so father's plan. But nonetheless, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Enjoy the basketball playoffs. And if you're a baseball fan, I guess enjoy that, or NHL. Enjoy those things as well. But for Chad, for Milton, for Professor Alex Cruz, I am Sagarsa. We are Puro Pinche Sports. Milton's got one more comment, LOL, and we are out.